Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Yoigoshi playthrough. Now, you may be thinking, what the hell am I here for? Why have I not got the game up? Well, basically, I realised that the prologue has actually included, like, the video that obviously showcases it all. It's Lambda Delta's video. Go check it out because, yeah, this guy is actually amazing. He's not only showcased all of Higurashi, but all of Mineko as well. But anyway, besides the point, yeah, there was some parts in the police case file that was actually a prologue to this story that, even though I played everything and I thought I had played everything in the 7th mod, they didn't show up, and yet they're showing up here. I can't be bothered to, you know, look into it, see why that's actually happening. So yeah, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna look here, see what the hell I've missed, basically, and yeah, then we're gonna actually get into, you know, whatever we're doing today. I'm actually really quite excited for what's happening today because, yeah, I'm really interested to find out, you know, just the whole ending related things, because no ending is going to be bad now. The only endings we can have are good endings. I don't know why I say endings as a plural form. There is only one ending, but yeah, it's going to be really quite nice just seeing how the story's going to end, and obviously how everything's going to develop, and the gang things as well. I really wonder what the villains are actually going to do. They're definitely at a weak point now because obviously last time we completely fucking thrashed them. So yeah, let's see what happens here. So yeah, this is the end of the chapter, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, okay. So this is the part we haven't read. The alarm rang out just as I checked my watch. It was time to meet my father. Oh, interesting. So yeah, this is Miyuki and Akasaka. I descended the stone steps of the Higurashi Shrine, straddled the folding bike park there, and headed towards the former Sonozaki main building. When I arrived at the meeting place, my father was resting after finishing with his investigation. Interesting, I wonder what he was actually investigating. Then we exchanged materials to ensure we didn't miss anything in our respective investigations. Yeah, I find that really quite interesting that Miyuki is... I mean, this is just so obviously stated that Miyuki is working with Akasaka. Huh? Yeah, that should be good for now. After this, we'll report our findings at Oi-san's grave before returning to Tokyo. His grave? That's a really weird place. I mean, obviously... he hasn't died here, has he? No, because I remember 20 years after the incident, Akasaka and Hinamizawa... why did I say Hinamizawa? So, Akasaka and Oishi and Himatsubushi were actually reporting their findings and just how weird it was. I remember, I think Oishi had actually titled a book that was coincidentally also called Higurashi When They Cry, just about, or like When the Cicadas Cry or something like that, I don't know. But a book just explaining the investigation and the impossibilities of it as well. He was a friend of my father from Hinamizawa. Yeah, I'm sure he'll be pleased. Yeah. Maybe he's dead in this story. Who knows, you're able to connect with that cell phone. Just a moment ago I noticed the man my father referred to as Captain talking on his phone. I waited until we finished the school to ask about it. Oh, that's actually really quite surprising. I wonder how he's done so. For a moment he made a face that said, "What are you talking about?" but he quickly understood what I meant and responded, "Yes." Oh. I'm certain there's no relay anywhere near this village. Can the radio make it all the way out here? It's actually really quite surprising that, yeah. Oh, that's not it. Well, this is a satellite phone. Wow. God, that sounds really quite high-tech. The captain pulled out the phone from his breast pocket and handed it to me as he said that. It looked like an ordinary cell phone at first glance, but I didn't recognise the design, and the manufacturer was someone I'd never heard of. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. Wow. My god, that's amazing. It communicates via satellites, so it can communicate even in the open... Jesus, I wonder if these things actually exist. The price is rather high though, so it's no good for normal people. Oh yeah, fair enough. Unless you do a lot of overseas travel. Yeah, fair enough. Because you imagine just using a satellite phone, let's say, I don't know, you're so pissed off about, I don't know, never being able... You live in the countryside, you live in proper rural countryside, like Lake District type rural countryside, like, or really high up north in the UK, for example. And yeah, you just have no internet whatsoever. I suppose this could be useful, but at the same time, if there's no internet, then I think it's going to be very unlikely there will be satellites nearby. I don't know. Oh yeah, then I wish I had signed up. I signed up for one and brought it with me. Yeah, fair enough. If I had, it would have solved a lot of our problems last night. Oh shit, what happened last night? I could have avoided getting civilians involved in a dangerous situation and saved myself from all that cold sweat. Oh god. Oh, my mistake. Interesting that they're investigating the Sonozaki house, by the way. If only I had it back then. A life that we lost could have been saved. Oh, God. Shit. We could have opened a path away from a future of despair and suffering. Jesus. Oh, God, that's horrible. Yes, that's interesting. You remember when Miyuki was sort of really in depth, really going in depth about the feelings of, you know, killing somebody and how you don't want it. Yeah, I think this could definitely have a little bit of a indicator why. Right, I'm sorry. Could I borrow that for a moment? For a minute? Why did I say a moment? That's fine, but what are you going to do with it? She's obviously going to buy drugs. Nah, I don't. Actually, I just remember that my boss wanted me to report in about a case as soon as possible. I planned cool after I got back to the hotel, but I've been away for 2 days now. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, it's really quite funny. Anytime she goes to Hinamizawa, yeah, let's just say they're going to be there for a little bit longer than they anticipated. It's happening again. Is that so? Please go right ahead. Since it was for official purposes, the captain had no reason to refuse. Yeah, definitely. So we agreed to let me use it. Yeah. I said excuse me for a moment, then walked a short distance away and called the director. Yeah. Unfortunately, the director was far more upset than I expected. Oh god. I bowed my head, not that the director could see it, and explained the situation. Then I said I will send a report of the data immediately, but then the phone cut off. Damn! Wow. Holy shit, that's actually, I feel bad for Miyuki. Yeah, she's got really quite mad of her boss. I couldn't have a say. I compiled all the data I gathered since the day before yesterday and prepared it for tomorrow's meeting. Oh, yeah. I worked all night to finish it and just sent it over. Ever since I started my investigation in Hinamizawa with Ryunos. What? Hang on a second, what? Oh, yeah, of course. Interesting. Shit, does that potentially mean that somebody's life is actually going to be, you know, ended? I mean, maybe Takumi. Yeah, ever since I started my investigation in Hinamizawa with Ryunosuke-san, Mr. Arakawa, I've been carefully studying all the stories I've heard and preparing it so what it'll be ready to deliver. Interesting. Fortunately, I brought a PDA document. Brought a PDA to document all the information, but now it can't be helped. It's a pain, but I guess I can head back to Okinomiya. Interesting. My father told me to head back earlier, but the satellite phone the captain loaned me turned out to be a convenient alternative. I'm actually really quite surprised that, you know, she's actually getting pressure to head back. So I really wonder if in the bad ending, she actually headed back. She fled to Okinomiya just because it wasn't really safe whatsoever there. I think that happened in bad ending 2 and 1. Sorry, bad ending 2 and 3 even. If you connect it to a terminal, we can also do data transmission. Wow, instead of traveling to Okinomiya, why not send it from here? God, that's impressive. Oh, you don't mind? Yeah, that's amazing. What luck. Impressed by this man's kindness once again. I pulled my PDA and a communication cable out of my knapsack. Hang on a second. I really wonder why the police are actually here, by the way. I mean, this captain, I wonder when he actually comes, because obviously we've never seen him before. Although I had a modem and I doubt the cable designed for cell phones, but maybe they'll be compatible with this satellite phone? Oh, there we go. I prayed as I lined the cable up with the socket on the satellite phone, then heard the click of a successful connection. Oh, that's nice. That's really convenient. Then I beat it up my PDA, connected to the other side of the cable, and launched the... What was that? Sorry. I launched the mail application. Yep, looks like it's working. Yeah, nice one. Yeah. Alright then. Transmission set. Oh, that's brilliant. Alright. Let me send this to my secondary email too. Oh, and I sent it to Director Minai too. Interesting that Minai. Yeah, interesting that she has a connection to here. So definitely, I kind of get the impression from that Kageboshi didn't happen. She said it can wait until you head back, but I wanted to get here as soon as possible. So even if it's just one day. Interesting. I really wonder why. After all, this evidence corroborates with what Director Minai has been saying for years. Oh, interesting. I wonder what that actually is. Okay, all done. As a precaution, I called the director to confirm she received the files, then closed my PDA. Interesting. And then I returned the phone to the captain with a skip in my step, thinking of what I could do to repay him for his help. Oh yeah, you probably are going to have to think of something. So I really wonder when these police captain actually got here. I'm just really quite surprised. I came back to the hooded Higurashi once more just before dusk. I passed through the remains of the garden in the shrine grounds and walked through a pine forest growing like weeds. Oh my god, the remains of the garden though, fucking hell. Yeah, from the top of this hill I can see the entire village stained in a dusky vermilion hue. Yeah, even though everything, you know, is completely screwed, at least the village's view remains. I carefully checked the rail to make sure it would hold and then lead out over the edge of the hill. A strong wind blew up from the base of the cliff and running a refreshing chill along my sweaty body. Yeah, that's nice. Wow, so this is a really nice CG. It's really quite cool. This is a place of destiny. My father let a lot of thoughts in. Oh yeah, definitely. In the end, my father didn't come here. At first, I wondered if he was prioritising the efficiency of the investigation, but when I asked him to come here again, that's when I finally realised. He can't come here. This is the hill where a little... Oh, okay, yeah, that is understandable. Oh my god, that's awful. This is the hill where a little girl asked my father for help, and his inability to fulfill that promise is a wound that can never heal. Yeah, that's understandable. Oh my god, Higurashi. Yep, she definitely knows that name. I softly whispered that girl's name. One day, long ago, my father told me he met a girl in Hinamizawa who was like an angel in her childhood. My heart truly touched him. Yeah, and he really reminded, you know, her of the childish Miyuki. Yeah, then I said I wanted to be friends with that girl. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. At the time, I had no idea how much sorrow those innocent words would inflict on my father. Could you imagine if they were friends, like in an ideal world? That would be really quite interesting. I once again turned to gaze at the village. Looking more closely, there was a section of the field that was greener on one side, indistinguishable from the muddy, algae-filled reservoir beside it. Wow. That must be really quite weird. God, that's surprising. The story of residential style has it still retained their original shape, even though there was no longer anybody living there. That is surprising, yeah. Especially because a gas disaster has happened as well. The village of the dead where their spirits still dwell. Yeah, that's definitely something that she's got from Arakawa, let's be honest. A living hell of a tragedy happened here over 20 years ago. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. The truth of that is still unknown. Yeah, definitely. Rumours and speculation are still flying around, doubting the presence of the volcanic gas, but nothing has quite hit the mark. Yeah, nothing would. I mean, everybody knows too little for it to be able to ever go far. Even so. Even so, we'll keep searching until we find the truth. Interesting. Yeah, I really wonder. They're going to be searching for a long time, but at the same time, I wonder if they will be able to become closer to it. The lives lost in the time past will never come back. Yeah, my god, that's so true, though. Yeah. The hopes and dreams of over 2,000 villagers. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Those can't feasible days that truly existed over 20 years ago. Yeah, those are already just visions of the past. Oh, yeah, definitely. And if anything, they're not only visions, but they're really, really far out visions. Archaeologists are no longer interested in conducting academic investigations. So there's nothing left to heal the pain and regret of the people who hurt. Yeah, that is really quite bad. I wonder why they're actually not interested. Maybe it's just because they're... I don't know, maybe it's because it's dangerous, it costs a lot, maybe they don't have enough funding, or maybe just because it's of the danger. But even so, my father has dedicated the rest of his life to shining a light on this incident. Oh, interesting. Even though he's leaving his job in public security to take the role of the principal of the police academy, Jesus, my father was still pressing onward down the thorny path to return for the path. Interesting. Yeah, that's actually really quite surprising that he did actually take the job in the end of the... Hey, Rika-san. Well, my father redeemed himself. Yeah, you really wonder. I mean, what does he have to do before he can leave those savages behind his wife and his body and soul?
心の底から笑えるようになるのかな。
Gently whisper those words to the wind, speaking to the person who might be in the sky now. Yeah, but of course there was no reply. There wouldn't be, unless you're Mion, which is really, yeah, that dude was only for myself, own self-satisfaction. How did this tragedy come to pass? It's impossible for us to find the truth on the way.
どうして起こされたのか。私たちだけでは真相に至ることが叶いません。どうかこれを読んだあなた、真相を解き明かしてください。それだけが私たちの願いです。
That's really interesting. That really gets the impression. This just gives me the impression of a Death Note. I can't lie. It really does. Interesting. God, I really wonder what's actually going to happen. That was nice. It definitely gave a little bit more context and, you know, knowing more about Akazaka. Yeah, that stuff about Akazaka, that really did hit. I mean, yeah, it is understandable now that you come to think of it, but at the same time, it's just really quite sad. Right, let's get on to the VN now. Right, okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm actually really quite surprised about learning everything that happened there. And it's just really quite interesting to think that, you know, Tomoe and Akazaka, they never have a duty that, you know, they never have a sense of duty that will not be there, really. I mean, my God. The fact that Tomoe as well, it's not just Akazaka, it's Tomoe too. They're still investigating. It really is quite impressive. Right, so absentmindedly sitting on the tatami floor, slowly calm me down. My shirt was damp with sweat and humidity. Oh my God, yeah, understandable. I mean, even though this has been a successful battle, yeah, it's fucking scary, no matter which way you look at it. Yeah, what the hell just happened a little while ago? Yeah, little by little, the gears in my head started spinning. Sodozaki-san was sitting a short distance away, grooming the source she agencies. I mean, obviously, let's just say as internet users, we have a different meaning associated with that word. Whichever one. Well, obviously, Miyuki-san was sitting next to Wada-san like nothing had happened at all. Yeah, that's really quite funny, that. Yeah. Otobe still hadn't come back to his senses from the life-threatening shock we experienced just now. Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah. He so nearly died, though. I mean, I think Arakawa was definitely the closest to dying because he was literally in front of the shrine door, and yet, you know, somebody shot right to the left of his, you know, face. I mean, my God. He was breathing erratically, and it looked like he was waiting for someone to say something. Yeah, understandable. Before long, Sodozaki-san was the first to open her mouth. Oh, right. Ooh, yeah, I wonder. As you know, I went looking for my car. But it was gone. Yeah, that's interesting. It still changes. Yeah. As soon as we heard that report, we all fell silent. Oh my God, yeah, fair enough. I mean, not even Mion has a car. Hey, come on, isn't that an awfully terrible thing just to come out and say? I mean, fair enough, but it's true. The truth is terrible and it's brutal. What do you mean? Yeah. I mean, it disappeared. Yeah, I'm certain that parked it somewhere not too far from the base of the steps leading to the shrine. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
そういうことさ。私の車も鬼隠しにあったのかね。
Maybe my car was steaming away. Oh, come on. I just love how much he takes the piss of it, seriously. No way. I mean, these people all take it seriously as well. That's the funniest thing. Sodozaki-san's laughter echoed throughout the quiet assembly hall. I didn't have a clue what Sodozaki-san was laughing about. Yeah, if anything, she just thinks it's so ridiculous that, you know, obviously she simply surrendered to despair. No way. Or maybe she actually found enjoyment in the situation, being isolated from the outside world with our lives on the line. No way. I just love that Arakawa. It's always Arakawa who thinks of the most ridiculous, you know, interpretations. Did you give me a proper answer? She did. What is it with you?
俺たちに隠してることがあるんだろ。
You're hiding something from us, aren't you?
さっきの奴ら
No! I mean, to be fair,
どういうこと
yeah,
なん
that
だ
is
よ。
actually fair enough. But is she really going to give an answer, though? I wonder. What about those guys from before? What's the deal with
知っ
them?
てたから
You must have
俺
known
に
something.
銃
That's
な
why
ん
you
か
let
貸
me
した
use
んだ
gun,
ろ。
right? Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, that is fair enough. She would have known that, you know, they're terrifying enough to actually have a gun handed to somebody. I shouted in frustration, but Sonozaki-san remained silent and calmly listened to what I had to say. Her composure made me all the more irritated. Yeah, interesting. The fact that she's not getting provoked at all. It just really shows how meaningless his words are.
話してく
Yeah,
れた
can
っ
you
て
give
い
me
い
a
だろ。
straight answer?
あんたが何者だかわかんねえけど、
Yeah.
とにかくあいつらはヤクザだよな。
I still have no idea who you are, but those guys were Yakuza,
そん
weren't
で
they?
もって俺らはヤクザの抗争に巻き込まれたってことなんだろ。
Have we gotten ourselves involved in a Yakuza conflict? Still frustrated, I tossed out the theory that I came up with just a little while ago. I wasn't sure about how close I was to the truth, but I played my cards anyway. I was at my limit. Yeah, fair enough. I really wonder what Mion's actually going to say. She definitely seems like she's not instantly coming out with a reply. All of our cards had vanished. Yeah, our retreat was cut off and I wasn't the sort of person who could survive a night of life. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
荒川は何の証拠があってそんなこ
interesting.
とを言っ
Arakawa,
て
do
る
you
の
have
か
any
ね
evidence for that accusation? What about I mean, yeah, interesting. Anything apart from stereotypes, I suppose. Well, the guns and the fact that this knife nearly tried to get killed, and obviously what they're wearing. Very indicative of the Yakuza. Evidence? I love that the second he's actually asked for evidence, he's just, you know,
あの
completely.
さ荒川
Anyway, Arakawa,
あんた疲れてんだよ
you look tired. You've got to be. That's just so funny. So she makes he's, you know, she's entirely being accused of a lot of stuff that is actually really quite close to the truth, I'd assume. Yeah, she's not saying anything else about it. Why not get a little rest? Yeah, there wasn't the slightest trace of gratitude or kindness in Sonosaki-san's code or tone, even. Was he meant? Yeah, but that was shut up. Yeah, definitely, yeah. But that wasn't enough to convince me. The fear and confusion had driven my patience beyond the limit, and even though I was terrified of Sonosaki-san until a little while ago, I burst out yelling at her.
こっちはあんたのせいで命を落としかけてんだ。
Our lives are in danger thanks to you.
説明くらいしてくれたっていいだろ。
Yeah, that is fair enough. Doesn't that warrant an explanation?
なあ、みゆきちゃん。
Miyuki-san? Yeah, I wonder if she's actually going to agree. Huh? Yeah. Oh, she is actually agreeing. I'm quite surprised, yeah.
大体
That's good.
みゆきちゃんもそう
That
だ。
goes for you too, Miyuki-chan.
君も一体何を隠してるんだ。
Oh, interesting. What on earth are you hiding
本
from
当に
us?
ライター
Are
な
you
のか
actually a
君
writer?
は。
I love that he's actually asking that. It's so obvious.
その銃
Yeah,
は
then
ど
how
う
do you
説明
explain
す
that
る気なん
gun?
だ
Yeah.
よ。
I mean, to be fair, you could be a writer and a criminal at the same time, but yeah, those people aren't very common, I'd assume. Yeah, I think Araka was really being good, yeah. Miyuki-san awkwardly looked down and scratched her head, then finished counting the number of bullets left in the magazine of her handgun and let out a light sigh. She told me she would explain later, but it looked like she had no interest in explaining right now. Yeah, in fact, she seemed far more interested in determining how many bullets she had left. What is it, damn it?
いい加減隠し事はやめにしようぜ。
Yeah, stop hiding because you give me a proper
み
answer.
んな
Work
もう
with
ちょ
me
っ
here,
と協
people.
力的になれよ。
Yeah, definitely. God, he really is trying to get, people to be on his side. I
隠し
think.
事があるのはお互い様なんじゃないのか
Why would
い
he give me secrets of your own? What would he be keeping in terms of a secret? What? Sonozaki-san looked Otobe directly in the eyes as She said that, and when he noticed that, his shoulders slumped and he started to tremble. Oh God.
どういう意
What
味
do
だ
you mean?
ここにいる連中はみんな隠し事をしてる奴らば
Yeah,
っか
that
り
is actually really
ってこ
quite
とさ
interesting. That's true though. You really can't deny that, but yeah, it is genuinely true. Yeah.
ねえOtobe
Interesting that she's really pressing on Otobe. I'm not hiding anything.
僕は
Yeah.
別に何も
Could you imagine if he was the actual person that had killed his friends in the suicide party, or maybe he's just hiding the fact that you know, his friends were the people in the suicide party. Who knows? Sounds like Yuki-san looked at all of our faces one by one to make sure. Yeah. Yuki-san forced a smile as she slid the magazine into the handle of her gun. Oh my God! Oh, this is such a bad time for Tawada. Holy shit. Tawada-san put her hand on her chest to still its beating. It could be because it's either a really terrified situation or maybe she is hiding something deadly. What is this? What's going on? Was everyone here keeping secrets? It is kind of... I mean, to be fair, everybody has things that they're going to want to hide. Not everybody's going to have to say everything about their lives, but if it's something that, you know, is so important that it should be talked about, then... Yeah.
あんただってそうなんだろ荒川
That goes for you too, right, Arakawa?
は
I'm not hiding anything, okay? Yeah, I
俺は
genuinely don't
何
know
も
what
隠
he's
してなんか
hiding.
いないぜ
Even I don't.
ほうそれじゃあ聞くけど荒川
Then let's hear it, Arakawa. Yeah, I find it interesting, this expression, by the way. Yeah, I don't know if this is, like, common within, you know, the way she actually talks. I notice she has a little bit of a different way of speaking. But she says kai instead of, like, ka for question-related things. She used dai instead of da or something. I don't know where she uses that, but I've never really heard I've not heard most Japanese people speak like that. So yeah, she definitely speaks differently. Could you imagine if the Yakuza and her actually have this sort of same dialect? Because I remember hearing the police, you know, the fake detectives in the Bad Ending 3 say this.
あんたこの村に何しに来た
Yeah,
の
why did you come to this village? Yeah, because he wanted to get a good story out of it, honestly. Why did I come here?
俺はオカルトライターなんだ
Yeah,
ぜ
I'm an occult writer, didn't I tell you?
取材に決まってるだろうが
Yeah, I'm doing investigative reporting.
まあそうだろうね
Well, that may be true.
あんたの隠し事が一
Yeah,
番
your
罪
secret
が
is
ない
probably
か
the
も
most
しれない
innocent among
ね
us. No way. Oh my god.
でもさあんたにはこの村でたたられるような
That is actually a really good question. I mean,
心当たりあるんだ
yeah, it's interesting that he... Yeah, but why do you know so much about the cousin in this village? Oh my god! Yeah, it really looks like she's hit a definite good point. Yeah, that is interesting because the cousin's confidential information. You can't deny that. It's police only classified information, or obviously local only information. Of course, she'd know all of this stuff that Arakawa knows. It is interesting that. Because obviously I would assume he would have learnt a lot of stuff just from the investigation his father had actually conducted onto, you know, the really mental patients from the gas disaster, from after the gas disaster. Right before my eyes, my hands started trembling restlessly. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, they struggled to maintain their grip on the plastic bottle. Jesus. A cold sweat seeped out of my armpits as she said that. Yeah, what? What was the meaning of that? No, wait, could she know about that? Hang on a second, there is actually something he's hiding. What? Huh? How? What are you saying?
何言ってんだよ
When he says, you know, what was the meaning of that? No, could she know about that? I think maybe it's about the interviews, and I do find it really interesting if she actually remembers the interview his dad conducted, like, with her. What are you
俺
saying?
には心当た
I
り
have
な
no
んて
idea
ね
what
え
you're
よ
talking about. Yeah, I love that. I love that he's just been the one interrogating people and now he's
言い
lying.
がかりはやめて
Stop
くれ
throwing around false accusations. You really think she's not going to be able to tell? Yeah, Sonozaki-san looked me straight in the eyes as I said that, like she was issuing me a challenge. But I couldn't endure it for more than a second, so I dodged it by taking a sip of the tea in my hand. Yeah,
な
interesting.
ら言ってやるよ
Then I'll say it.
あんたがひなみ沢にこだわる理
The
由
reason you're fixated on
あ
Hinami-san.
んたの父親ひなみ沢のやつにたたられて死んでんだろ
Then there's another secret. How does she know that? Well, I mean, obviously she was the person that did it, but yeah, the reason you're fixated on Hinamizawa is because your father was cursed by somebody from Hinamizawa and ultimately killed him, right? Yeah, she's right on the mark. That's the creepy thing. I immediately dropped the plastic bottle. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. How does she know about that? Yeah.
図星だったようだね
Yeah, I guess I hit the nail on the head.
あんたの親父さん
Yeah.
園崎の娘や生き残った少年に一体何をしたのかね
What happened to your father, the Sonozaki family's daughter, and the young boy who's Yeah.
あんたが知らないとは
I won't let you say you don't know, alright? Why do you know about that? Oh, right, this is going to, let's just say, be a little bit of a potentially really quite dramatic reveal. Holy shit. Yeah, it's actually really quite funny. Yeah, I'm the one asking questions, so come on, give me an answer. Well? Oh my god, he is brutal! I don't know anything. He is genuinely lying. This far in? I don't know. I could just imagine Mion being right in front of him. Yeah, judging by the Dana Sonozaki-san's voice, I got the impression she enjoyed watching me get upset. Yeah, it's just really funny. I mean, he is really digging this whole more and more for himself. I look back at Sonozaki-san with a challenging gaze, but unfortunately, I couldn't disguise, yeah, my excessively laboured breathing. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. Sonozaki-san's eyes had the stillness of a corpse. God. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I've never seen a person with eyes like that before. Honestly, it was uncanny. Long ago, my father was a reporter for a weekly photo magazine. The fierce competition between rival magazines required intensive investigation in order to survive. Oh, right, interesting. That's actually really quite surprising. I mean, yeah, that must be really quite something. I mean, this is just business on crack. Like, if you're actually willing to survive, you need to, obviously, overthrow your own competitors, but you need to make up so many, and obviously, well, not make up, because that would give the implication that it's all fiction, but, you know, gather the material for stories. You'd need to do that so much. I mean, that must be such a difficult career. And so in 1983, my father interviewed a boy and a girl who were fortunate enough to survive the Hinamizawa gas disaster. Yeah, the boy was the sole survivor of the school bombing incident. Yeah, perpetrated by another female student. Then police brought him to the Okinomiya police station to hear his testimony about the incident. He spent the whole night there, which is why he survived the gas disaster the next day. God, that's really surprising. That's actually really quite interesting. So I wonder if in Sumi Horoboshi's bad end, this is what actually would have happened. God, I can't believe we're getting more insight on a bad end. By the way, I really wonder if the next chapter, Toki Hogushi, is actually going to give us more insight on Meakashi's bad ending. But it's only meant to be read after Minagoroshi, so I don't really think that's likely whatsoever. Yeah, you really wonder if fortunate is really the right word. However, oh my god, yeah, I really don't blame him. I mean, Jesus. Yeah, however, he suffered intense mental trauma from losing his parents' classmates. Yeah, and the entire village all at once. So the boy was hospitalised shortly thereafter. Don't even want to imagine it. Oh my god, yeah. And though the girl lost her sister in the bombing incident, she escaped harm thanks to returning to her home in Okinomiya. Oh god, that's horrible. Yeah, but she was just as traumatised as the boy. Yeah, I really don't blame him. Yeah, so my father snuck into their hospitals and heavy-handedly coerced them to. It's telling him their stories. Jesus, that's unbelievable. That is seriously unbelievable. So he snuck into the hospitals. He is there without permission. It's literally illegal for him to be there. And he's doing this just so he can obviously keep up with the competition on his magazine. I mean, there are standards. Holy fuck. Oh, but the boy died a few days after his interview. The cause of death was unknown, but I later heard he was killed by the gas. Oh God, poor man. Yeah, he probably got killed by the syndrome. I mean, the thing is, the scale of how awful things must have been for Keiichi it's seriously unimaginable. I mean, I couldn't even... I think if I tried to imagine a life of, you know, just how much, you know, what his mind actually might be thinking and just how much hell he may be living in, I couldn't even be close to thinking about it just because of how awful it can be. I mean, it really doesn't surprise me that he's been able to develop level 5 symptoms. Yeah, and not only that, but the content of these interviews included eerie and mysterious predictions, which ultimately gave me more weight to the curse theory. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Shortly after that, my father suffered mental instability. He was dismissed from one case after another, and in the end, he couldn't even write a coherent sentence. So they fired him. Jesus, that's horrible. That really is unfortunate, my God. After that, he returned to his hometown and spent his days lazing up. Wow. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. Ultimately, he drowned to death just as the girl he interviewed prophesied. Yeah. Right, that's right, I remember. I'm certain that girl's last name was Sonozaki! Yes! Make the bloody link! Yes, as you must have been a relative of this Sonozaki Mion. Many things happened after that, but in the end, my grandparents gave me my father's diary and interview materials. I took those bizarre and eerie materials and compiled them into a story about weird supernatural phenomena, then submitted it to the editorial department. The article garnered a surprisingly strong reception. God. And had a bit of a surge in popularity once it got posted on some news site on that. Wow. That is really impressive. Wow. The story caused the Hinamizawa occult boom to catch fire and finally earned me a name as an occult writer. That is unbelievable though. So because of his father doing an illegal act, he's actually been able to get a name. I mean, yeah, not really the most honest living. I mean, he didn't even conduct the information himself. I mean, I get that he took that information and obviously wrote it into a story, but it's not entirely his own work. Even though, I mean, the writing was, but the way the writing actually got there isn't. So I don't know how that actually works in the whole writing law. Yeah. Even though my father was the one who worked so hard to gather that intel, in reality, I was the one to benefit from it. In a sense, I received all the recognition that my father should have received, but that outcome couldn't be helped. Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, at least somebody is actually receiving recognition. At least it isn't just being completely forgotten about. Yeah, but what happened to my father when he interviewed those people from Hinamizawa? Who were those survivors my father spoke to? Yeah, even if it wasn't part of my job, I absolutely wanted to know. It doesn't have to be a part of your job, come on. So I had to figure out what my father was searching for, and that was why I decided to come to Hinamizawa today. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so it's definitely a lot more than the occult stories. It is seriously weird. Oh god, I feel so bad for Katie though. That must be... Yeah, that is just... It's brutal. It really is.
Arakawa-san,
what do you mean?
どういうことですか? もしかして僕たちは今荒川さんのお父さんがしたことの報いを受けているんですか?
How the fuck does he know? What? Oh yeah, yeah, I mean, how could they be?
荒川さん、
Arakawa-san, what's wrong?
どうしたんですか? 顔が真っ青ですよ。
Oh god, yeah, that's understandable. It's nothing.
なんでもねえよ。
Yeah. My heart was pulsing like an alarm bell, and no matter how many times I sipped from my oolong tea, my throat quickly dried up. Oh god, that's a nightmare, yeah. I hadn't said anything. Yeah, yes, how? How does Sonozaki-san know about my father? Yeah. And you really want... I just genuinely wonder though, because he obviously wouldn't have said his name when reporting. At least I don't remember it being said in Yoigoshi. But who knows? Maybe Sion actually remember the name.
一体何をしたんですか?
He said that is if he ever said, Arakawa-san, what on earth did you find with you? No way, did he do something terrible enough to deserve being cursed?
たたられてもおかしくないような
I
ひど
mean,
い
to
こ
be
とを
fair,
し
these
たんで
people
す
were
か?
in some of their worst states of, severe mental trauma, and yet he just sneaks into a hospital and visits them. I mean, I suppose you could say that's deserving of being cursed because it's not only illegal, but it's a horrible thing to do. But yeah, hell no. Yeah, I think it's really good that he's, just... Yeah, I don't know Otobe and spat those words out. He wanted to go throwing out accusations? Well, so did I.
それじゃ聞くけど、お前はどうなんだよ。
Let me ask, what about you?
お前だって何か隠してるんじゃねえの
You're
か。
hiding something too, aren't you? Yeah, you can just confirm that Otobe is actually hiding something because, what Mion actually has done, just always...
僕は
Me? Mion just staring at him and insistently asking his voice. I pointed my spear towards Otobe and let loose. Nervous, indecisive Otobe seemed like the easiest one to... Oh, God.
僕は別にたたられるようなことは何もないですよ。
I haven't done anything to warrant being cursed.
本当か？
Seriously?
本当です。
Yes, really. Otobe turned his gaze downward and cut off the conversation, but it was clear to all of us that he was putting on a act. Interesting.
へえ。
Wow.
なんで
She definitely doesn't sound convinced. What?
それじゃあ聞くけど、
Then let me ask, what is
これ
this?
は何だい?
What? Wait, hang on a second. What? So it looks like he's thrust a single card right up to the tip of Otobe's nose, and it looked like it was a cash card. Hang on a second. What actually is this? Is this... What even is a cash card? Is it just a card that has... When he says cash card, does he mean credit card or... Oh yeah, cash card is just... Oh, interesting. So these are... I've never actually heard this terminology before. It's prepaid card, right? Oh. Right. Yeah! Otobe gasped, and his eyes opened wide. I really wonder what the significance of this is. Then he quickly checked his back pocket and turned towards the cash card once more. Otobe's face is starting to develop a twitch. God, I wonder what showing one cash card could have in terms of...
さっきあんたのその尻ポ
Oh,
ケ
this
ットから
looked
落
like
ち
a
た
back
んだ
pocket a
よ。
little while ago. He really doesn't have the best pockets, let's just say that. God, and he really is quite careless if he's going to, potentially carry things he wants to have hidden. And to be fair, he doesn't really suspect that anybody apart from his friends are going to actually be in the village, so...
もう一度聞く
I'll
よ。
ask again.
これは
Whose card is this?
誰のカードだい?
Oh, that's...
それは
この名義
This name here doesn't look
あ
like
んた
your
の名
name,
前
does
じゃ
it?
ないみたいだけどね。
Wait. Oh, shit, hang on a second. Does that mean he's potentially stolen the cards of one of his friends?
堀千秋って書いてある
This
よ。
is Hori Chiaki. Oh, and that's... Oh my god, so this Hori person that was actually in the, the IT entrepreneur that was actually really quite good. He had a really, he had a really good work ethic, really good intuition. He worked too much, but yeah, he had a really valuable company that now it was that due to being, well, due to him being killed, I think what actually happened with the company, I can't fully remember. Oh yeah, the manager obviously wasn't there was nobody to manage the company, so it was either going to go into decline or some sort of immediate relative was going to run out. I'm not entirely sure.
誰なんだい?
So who is
こ
this
の千
Chiaki?
秋って人。
Yeah, and I find it interesting that it's Chiaki's card as well, because she would have had a lot of money because of, the inheritance. Otobe, or maybe not the inheritance, maybe just like, more of an income because of this person's death. Otobe nervously fidgeted as he gazed at the card. He reminded me of a small animal standing face to face with his natural predator. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, that's understandable.
ねえ説明
Yeah,
して
so
くれよ
explain
あ
yourself.
んたのポケットから落ちたってのに
Yeah,
なんで
definitely.
オトベの名
Yeah,
前
it's
じゃないん
weird.
だい
This thing fell out of your pocket, Otobe. So why does it have somebody else's name written on it?
Oi.
Hey, Otobe?
乙部
Oh, Otobe's face turned completely pale. He definitely sounds like he's citing something really quite bad. His heart was beating so hard I feel like I could hear it from the scene next to it. Jesus Christ. Proper video gamer heart, right? Sonozaki-san continued staring at Otobe directly in the eyes and didn't look away for even a moment. Yeah, I mean, this is not only a really stressful situation, but having her intimidate you, I can't imagine it.
オトベ
Otobe,
あんた何を隠しているんだい
what are you hiding?
僕は
Nothing.
何も。
そろそろ正直に言ったら
Why didn't you tell us the truth already?
あの時携帯を壊したのって
Like when your cell phone broke.
オトベくんだよね
Shit, what? Why would you do that? You broke it yourself, didn't you, Otobe? What? Bit by bit, Miyuki-chan continued her verbal assault. Otobe reacted sharply and looked up after each comment.
どうしてオトベくんの携帯だけ壊されたのか
Yeah,
な
that is
って
actually fair enough
ず
because
っと気になってたんだけど
when I was this, I can't remember if this was in the good ending or the bad ending, but there was definitely one ending where Arakawa had actually left his phone right by the entrance. I think he just dropped it, but nobody had broken it, even though he left it after really quite a long time.
それは
It's because it was the only
オ
thing
ト
that
ベ
could
くんのだ
connect,
け
right?
通じるからだよね
Yeah,
そういうことでいいんだよね
sounds right, doesn't it? You can really just tell how provoked he is from this. Yeah. He's probably going up and down and up and down and up and down. He's really vigorously nodding his head.
そうだと思います。
Oh. Yeah, that's what I think.
それじゃあちょっと聞き
Then
た
let
いん
me
だけ
ask
ど
you this.
オトベくんの携帯本当に通じたのか
Was
な
your phone actually able to connect? I was able to connect, okay?
通じましたよ。
I don't get why you'd be able to...
何言ってるんですか。
No, I don't really get why he'd benefit or have any reason to lie about something like this. What are you even
あの
saying?
時警察と話したの。反町さんも聞いてましたよ
Yeah, I
ね
was。talking to the police back then. You were listening, weren't you, Sonemachi-san?
でもちょっと変じゃない
But isn't that a bit strange?
だって園崎さんの携帯とオトベくんの携帯同機種なんでしょ
Oh, Otobe-kun, your phone is the same model as Onozaki-san's phone. And that is actually a really valid point. Her phone couldn't connect, but at the same time I thought you had a different data plan.
同じ機種なのにどうしてオ
Yeah,
ト
they're
ベ
the
く
same
んだけ
one.
が通じる
Why was your phone the only one that could connect? Could you imagine if he has like... that wouldn't actually make sense, no. I don't know.
知りませんよ。それ
Might
は
just be manufacturing
個
variation?
体差ってやつじゃないですか。
Yeah, no.
僕に言われて
I
も
wouldn't
それは
know. Is that so?
そうなのでも本当にそん
Is
な
that
こと
really
っ
what
て
this
あ
is?
るのかな
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even if this was the case, you really think the detective isn't going to try and pursue this as much as possible? Arakawa is probably just in awe of Miyuki's questioning ability. Definitely not something a freelance writer would have. I mean, to be fair, a very good one may have a questioning ability similar to this, but at the same time, I still think it would be very unlikely. I really wonder how these things could potentially, these two things could potentially connect. Jesus, I'm tired. Otobe's lips were quivering. Yeah, Miyuki-san continued putting pressure on Otobe. Yeah, definitely, yeah. A ruthless assault had even me. That is understandable. I mean, I feel bad for Otobe. I mean, he's really quite, anxious socially, so of course that'd be really scary. Otobe did his best to pretend he was still calm, but his attempt was woefully unsuccessful. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. His labour breathing could echo through the entire assembly room, filling the surrounding area with a tense atmosphere. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. Jesus.
個体差は あると思い
I
ま
think
す
it's
よ。
because of our manufacturing differences. Why is he trying? I mean, to be fair, this could actually be true.
だって
だって
It isn't fully. It's not likely. And what?
だって
And I'm certain I was able to connect
さっき
earlier.
は確かに通じたんです。
I'm actually really starting to doubt whether he's actually lying or not. Less and less.
たまたまアンテナが立ったんですよ。
The antenna just happened to show a signal.
僕にだって
Yeah.
なんで通じたのかわかんない
That's
ですけど。
interesting. Even I don't know why it was able to connect. I just genuinely, it still doesn't really make sense why he would break his own phone. I mean, he's not a rage quitter. Miyuki-chan took a deep breath. My initial impression of Miyuki-chan as a lively, earnest, and Hugo was all bugger. Oh yeah, that is understandable. I mean, she is a demon. Replaced with that was the visage of a bird of prey stalking a small defenseless animal. Yeah, that's understandable.
そういうこと
That
も
may be true.
あ
Yeah,
るのかもしれないね。
yeah, definitely, yeah.
ですよね。
Right? Yeah, he definitely seems happy about, his view finally getting across to her, but at the same time I think this happiness and secondly the relief he's feeling right now, that may be noticed by them. Who
だ
knows?
から別に
So
変で
there's
もなん
nothing
でも
that weird about it. Otobe's force smile had a light twitch to it. He must have misunderstood what Miyuki-chan was saying and believed she was convinced. Yeah. It also may not be true. May isn't definite. Or maybe he's just trying to tell himself that. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, just trying to tell himself that so that he gets so much less stressed. However, Miyuki-chan wasn't about to let Otobe escape. No way. You really think she'd be that? In fact, she was luring him to the final stage.
ああ、
Interesting.
そうそう。
Oh, right.
一ついいことを教えてあげる。
Let me tell you one more thing. Huh?
この村全域で県外なのよ。
Interesting. This village is completely outside of the surface area. So, that's
こんな無
interesting.
人の村に中継機なんていらないもの。
Yeah, it's an uninhabited village. There's no reason to have signal relays out here. Yeah.
この村に元からあった中継機が反応したなんて言い訳はできない
I
よ。
don't think you can get out of this by saying an old signal tower might have
こ
been
こ
worked.
が封鎖された
Yeah,
の
this
は昭和
whole
58
area
年
has。been sealed off since 1983. Because I would actually find it really quite interesting if the mountain dogs had secret operations here, and as a result of that, he was able to connect. Because obviously, secret operations going on without anybody noticing. Of course, there would be connections that they would need to use, but at the same time, they probably just use wireless radio communications. So I don't really think they need anything. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
その頃には携帯なんて使っている村人はいなかったからね。
That is actually very true. Yeah, yeah, that's a really good point though. Back then, none of the villagers would have had cell phones.
そ
No way.
そんなそこまで
I knew that from the start.
最
Then
初から知ってたん
why?
なら
正直に言ってくれるのを待ってたから。
Yeah, understandable. I was waiting for you to complain
追い
about
込む
it.
のって好きじゃないの。
Honestly, I don't enjoy
本当はね。
driving people into a corner like this.
でももうそんな悠長なことも言っていられない。
But I couldn't keep quiet any longer. Yeah, fair.
じゃあもう一度確認します。
Oh, now let me ask you once more.
電話通じてなかったんだよね。
Your phone wasn't actually able to connect, was it? I just genuinely don't get what the point of lying is. I mean, maybe he was actually lying to make everybody feel a little bit more assured, but at the same time, if it's a false feeling, then it's just gonna bite them in the ass. When time progresses.
はい。
That's right. Yeah, interesting that. Maybe he destroyed his phone because he knew it was useless, and obviously they didn't want these people to discover this lie. I just don't get why this is significant. That was all Otobe could say in response. Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely not saying a longer response. Yeah, he's just keeping it as short as he can. Otobe dejectedly bowed his head. Yeah, that gesture was an admission of defeat. Yeah, understandable, yeah. Right, I really wonder...
すみません
I'm
でした
sorry.
僕
I lied to you all.
嘘をついてました携帯は
Yeah,
反
it's
町
just
さ
as
んの
what
言う
Imasi
通
san
り
says. My phone couldn't connect earlier.
繋がってるふりをしていただけです
I was just pretending to get through.
それじゃ通
And when you
報したっ
notified
て
the
のは
police, yeah, nobody was coming. And I do find it really quite interesting. This definitely explains why the police still haven't came yet. Because you would have thought if the police found if an emergency like this would have actually happened, the police would have easily come within like maybe the next, I think 6 hours at the very most.
嘘です
That was a lie. Yeah.
電話が通じているふりをしたん
Yeah, I
で
was just pretending to talk on the phone. I just genuinely don't understand why he'd do this. Otobe continued looking down as he said that, and thanks to that, his face looked like a misbehaving child. Oh god. Oh god, that's embarrassing.
す通報したってのが
I lied about contacting the police.
ここを乗り切ればなんとかできるって
But if we make it out of this, we can do something, so...
おいおい
Wait,
ちょ
hold
っ
on.
とそれじゃそのキャッシュカードは本当にお前が盗んだもんなのか
Yeah, I wonder how these connect. That is if they connect.
はい
Yes! Well, Miyuki, definitely not a good person to be around now.
お前
You?
すみませんでしたせめてお金を下ろすまでは警察に
You
知ら
have
れ
got
た
to be
くな
kidding
く
me.
て
Hang on a second. So, could you imagine if he's actually stolen the money from, you know, the pocket of the corpse of Chiaki? That would be unbelievable.
だから携帯を壊したってのか
はい
Right.
僕の携帯も繋がらないってこと
Oh, interesting. I was afraid somebody might notice my phone couldn't connect.
それでもう隠し通せないと思って
That's just really quite interesting. I kind of get the impression that if he hadn't have actually, you know, lied about calling the police, I kind of get the impression that he firstly wouldn't have needed to break his phone, which wouldn't have caused any attention and any possibility of him being found out. And then that would be those two things happening wouldn't lead to any opportunity for Mion to actually for them to fully figure out why he's actually carrying the card of somebody else. But at the same time, I just think this was so unnecessary. I mean, I don't really get why you do this. If you've stolen a card and then you obviously lie about calling the police and well, maybe you just lie about the police to make you look like a good person and look like somebody that would never do stuff like that. Yeah, that could be. That's a fair motive, actually. No, I think that could be likely, yeah.
Yeah, 隠しているのは
Yeah, that's not what you're hiding from us, is it?
キャッシュカードをどこで盗んだ
Yeah,
の
where did you get that customer card from?
もう隠し事はやめようよ
Yeah, good. No more secrets. Oh god, what? Otobe drooped even further down as Miyuki-chan asked that in a scathing tone. Yeah, god, it really does sound like something he's very regrettable of. You know, he's very sorrowful of having done. He drooped more and more until we couldn't go any further.
オトベ
Otobe, tell us everything.
全部話しちまいなよあんたがどうしてそんな
Yeah,
に
what are you so
ビクビク
frightened
怯えてば
about?
っかり
Yeah, yeah,
だから
definitely,
さ
yeah. I mean, it's them discovering, but they're discovering what? Well,
僕
I was.
僕は
What the fuck has happened? What? After a long pause, Otobe started saying, I'm sorry, over and over. Oh my god. He's done something really bad. No way he hasn't. The sound echoed miserably here and there with some sobbing mixed in. I'm sorry.
ごめんなさいごめんなさい
Sorry.
ごめんなさい
だから
So what are you
何がごめんなさい
sorry
な
about?
んだ
Yeah, 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 definitely, yeah.
僕は
Worst.
最低ですどうしようもないダメなやつなんです
Jesus, I'm such a miserable excuse for a human being. Huge tears started accumulating on Otobe's eyes and were spilling to the ground. Sounded like his aunt gently stroked his trembling shoulder, then urged him on in a voice filled with tenderness as deep as the ocean.
何があったか話してごらんよ
Yeah. That's the only reason she was able to do that was because she looks like Satoshi. He looks like Satoshi. Bet you. Okay.
はい、僕が
Starting in the spring of last year when I came to
東京
Tokyo.
に出てきたのは
Hmm.
去年の春でした。
He quietly began talking about his past. Hmm. Never thought of myself as the kind of person who would stay in the countryside forever. My father was a government worker and my mother was a housewife. Everyone in the area was acquainted with everyone else. Oh yeah, understandable. Yeah, definitely, because of being a government worker. God. I mean, and obviously being a housewife, you would be able to get an opportunity, get lots of opportunities to talk around, and to the people around you. Amidst their strict values and well-defined human relationships, there was one value that was absolutely essential to survival: cooperation. I was worried I'd spend the rest of my life in such a tiny world, so I felt desperate. I couldn't see anything in my future. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, no dreams to aspire to. My father tried to get me a job at a local company, but oh, that's unfortunate. I figured I could probably work things out if I went to Tokyo. So I put my heart and soul into studying, then took an entrance exam for a university in Tokyo.
アキラ、東京なんか行ったってあんたみたいな田舎者は相手にされないよ。
Akira, country folk like you won't be able to get in by
地
Tokyo.
元で地道に働いて真面目なお嫁さんを見つけて可愛い孫をいっぱい作って父さんを喜ばせてやんな。
This is so Tamako's voice actor. But anyway, please get a job around here. Find a wife to settle down with and make lots of cute grandchildren to make your father happy. How are you? It just really sounds so
そ
simple.
ういう生き方って
Yeah, I don't think that way of
僕
living
に
is
は
right
向い
for
て
you.
ないと
Yeah,
思
yeah,
うんだ。
definitely. Yeah.
アキラ、
Akira?
決めたんだ。
I've already decided.
受かったら僕
Oh,
東京の
yeah,
大学
good
に
for
進学する。
him. If I get accepted to a school in Tokyo, I'm
もし
going.
も受かんなかったらその時は
But if
地
I
元
don't
で
get in,
母
then
さん
I'll
の
stay
言う
here
通
and
り
do
に
like
す
you
るから
are.
さ。
Yeah, I really wonder what is actually going to happen. Yeah, I get this though. My God, it's really quite annoying. And then I got accepted. Oh, good for him. That's actually really quite nice. I think he was really dependent on that. I mean, not only does it give him something to do, but it really gives him a possibility to get his life, to make something of his life. It was some university that I'd never heard of, but it was a college in Tokyo, so that was good enough for me. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, that's really quite good. The capital city
受
as
か
well.
ったんなら母さんは応援するよ。
Yeah, that's really good. If you really did get accepted, then you have my
しっか
support.
りやってきなさい
You
よ。
do your best. Yeah, nice, yeah. Even though I expected my mother to be opposed, for some reason she was pleased. Yeah, I find that really quite nice. She just wants the best for him. Not for them. Although I intended to work to pay my tuition, my mother talked to my father about it. In the end, they decided to pay for my tuition and living expenses. Wow. That is lucky. But at the same time, that makes life so much easier because you are able to primarily focus on your
し
studying.
っかり勉強してこい。
Studied hard.
一
Studied
生
hard.
に一度くらい地元を離れてみるのもいいかもしれんしな。
Yeah, God, yeah. It's probably for the best to venture out of the local area for once in your lifetime. God. Yeah, it's actually really quite brutal, that. To be honest, I couldn't believe my father would say something like that. Yeah, but they had a good reason for supporting me, and I understood that. That's really quite nice that they have. My parents were convinced I'd return to the country in the future. So I wonder if he's actually stolen this cash card just because money's became so hard. Maybe there's been something that stopped them from actually, supplying the college tuition. Who knows? Travelling to Tokyo was just a momentary event, just a little longer than a vacation. That way of thinking was what allowed them to send me off. Oh, interesting. The money my parents gave me was like a chain shackled to my ankle. Debt to be repaid. Oh, they saw it as an investment, so that I'd be forced to return to the countryside right away if they were ever to take it away. Oh, God. But I wouldn't stand for that. Yeah, I had no intention of ever going back there. Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah, that's good. I intended to plant moods in Tokyo once I got out of college.
アキラ、
Akira, study hard.
しっかり勉強してくるのよ。
Yeah.
早く一人前になって
Oh,
父さんに
yeah,
楽
yeah,
をさせてやんな
like
さいよ。
that. Make a man of yourself quickly and make your father happy.
今まで世話になりました。
Thanks for looking after me until now.
母さん、
Take care, man.
元気で。
アキラ、
Akira, what are you talking about?
何堅苦しいこと言ってんの
Oh
よ。
my god, so yeah, this is going to be when they may be realising that he is not actually going to be coming back to their care after Tokyo. Akira, what are
と
you
に
talking
か
about?
く東京はいろいろ大変だろうけど、頑張んなさいよ。
Anyway, I'm sure life in Tokyo will be tough, so work hard out there.
言われなくても頑張るよ。
You don't have to tell me to work hard.
じゃあね。
Oh yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, I like that. Yeah, he's going to do it off his own intuition. He doesn't need endless encouragement. See you later, Mum. Yeah, good for him. Mum came all the way to the local station to see me off. Wow, but I coldly sent her away. Oh God. Yeah, my God. Yeah, I really get what he means. The countryside, my parents are accustomed all the time. To be fair, I do kind of get this. I mean, I live in the countryside. There are some good things about it. I fucking hate most of it, though. But at the same time, I couldn't imagine doing this. I did the first step toward my ambitions. Everything in Tokyo felt fresh. Yeah, unlike us, I didn't have to go to class early in the morning. Oh, that's nice, yeah. They offered lectures in the afternoon and the evening. That's surprising, wow. And it was easy to skip class and have a classmate answer the roll call in my place. Oh. I can't tell if he's going to use that for good, or maybe he's going to use it for bad intentions. Yeah, that's really good that he's actually realised himself. Yeah, I mean, obviously these parents don't like the city, but yeah, it's really quite poisonous for somebody that, you know, hasn't really formulated an opinion by themselves. The city was nothing like how my parents complained about it. Instead, it was full of fashionably dressed girls and classmates who felt far more worldly than me, and there were trendy shops and amusement districts. Yeah, that must be amazing. I mean, I couldn't imagine how fun going to a city like that would be. Though I didn't have to pay for tuition, I did start working a part-time job to help cover my living expenses. Yeah, nice one. Every day I wake up around noon, spend some time at university, then work my part-time job until the evening. Oh, nice. My co-workers taught me all kinds of things: how to drink, how to dance at club, how to ask girls out. Damn. Oh. After spending time with them, I started to develop an inferiority complex compared to my classmates. I felt like a child. Yeah, my co-workers introduced me to all kinds of girls. I'm scared. Oh, shortly after starting college, I began going out with a girl living in a luxury apartment complex in Aoyama. Does that literally mean Blue Mountain? Oh yeah, green. Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. Well, some people say it means Green Mountain, others say it means Blue Mountain. I think in Japan they say what we would normally call, like, if you said blue in Japan, you'd be referring to green, the colour green. An amusement district though, wow. I am jealous. She had a long, slender neck like a giraffe. I love that out of everything you mentioned, that is the first detail. She dressed to match cutting-edge trends and wore lots of expensive accessories. She felt like a real Tokyo girl, and I like that about her. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, definitely somebody that sounds like they really care about their... Yeah, but she was an expensive girl. She worked at a corroborate club, so she brought in far more income than me. Oh, right, but she never opened her wallet for anything. Oh, meals and entertainment were always on me. Damn, I believe that's a man's responsibility. That is just really quite something. So even though she's had this much money, you know, to spend on other people, she refuses to. Really stingy. Yeah, shopping was one of her favourite pastimes. Pastimes, I love it. So I'll buy something for her anytime we went anywhere together. Wow. I bought her all kinds of matching clothes. I was surprised to learn that they even made t-shirts that cost 50,000 yen a piece. Hang on a second, how much is 50,000 yen in quid? This is so fucking useless. It's not even giving me the conversion rate. What? What the fuck? 272.63 quid? What? What the hell? How sad are you? Oh my god, I can understand if it was like, I don't know, some really obscure, I don't know, cosplay or something like that. But what the fuck? Why would you buy a normal t-shirt for 200 quid? I couldn't even see you buying a normal coat for 200 quid, never mind a t-shirt. Jesus Christ. That's shocking. That's actually really quite nice. He definitely sounds like, you know, the person that's generous. I really wonder if this generosity is shared, though. I'm kind of getting the impression it's not. I hope he's not being taken advantage of. But I was also impressed that there were people in Tokyo who could drop 50,000 yen on something like that. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh my god, wow. That's insane. And she bought those expensive t-shirts without a second thought. She said she wanted me to wear it, so I bought one for myself too. You spent 270 quid on a t-shirt. You are very sad. I thought about how these flimsy t-shirts could cost 50,000 yen, and my heart ached to know what an entire week's worth of pay would go to a single t-shirt. You could spend so many things, and yet you buy that. I mean, my god. That was a little bit sad, but okay. I mean, there's obviously being nice and obviously putting a little bit aside for a date because you really want to actually live a life with somebody else, increases the chances. But then there's just being ridiculous, and I think he's really getting into the ridiculous boundary here. The store clerk recommended some cool looking clothes to match with the t-shirt, so I even bought some jeans and a sweater to go along with it. Let me guess, they were really overpriced. You are an idiot. So 3,000, yeah, that's probably like 1,400 quid. 1,635 quid. What the Jesus Christ. I kind of get the impression that his parents are really going to get mad. When I pulled out my wallet to pay for all those clothes, I noticed they looked shabby too. So she and I went to a discount shop and bought a brand name leather wallet. Oh my god. Oh god. And then I noticed how my worn out cheap watch illustrated my meager upbringing. I was prepared to dive in head first by that point, so I bought a brand name watch from a pawn shop. Sorry, I just had to. I just said it way too similar to something else. Well, I mean, it is a homophone. It's kind of impossible not to. I felt 2 or 3 times at school with anyone at any time I was around her. Yeah, what about your parents though? I felt like I was being reborn and it felt good. I was no longer the pathetic Otobe Akira who was harassed by his friends and always thought of his parents. I was a completely new Otobe Akira, full of youthful freedom, who took cute girls and took cool clothes out in the constantly changing world of Tokyo. I'm just genuinely surprised about this. I mean, he does have quite a history with girls, and yet he's really sort of appearing as the more shy type of person. It's quite surprising. Or maybe he's one of those guys that can only relate to people his age, you know. That's what I wanted to be. Yeah, you really think that's going to work, though? Oh, interesting. I ended up going to school less and less often. I started talking to my classmates and spent more time with my co-workers. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah. When I did occasionally go to class, I had no idea what any of it meant. And I no longer had friends to ask questions. Yeah, interesting. Well, don't take notes if you're still doing academic stuff. That definitely applies to me, my god. I didn't enter college to study in the first place. Yeah, I suppose it was just so I finally stopped going to school at all. However, living alone, living above my means was really hard. No matter how much I worked, how much I spent on clothes, how much I treated myself to luxurious meals and kept up my appearances, somewhere deep down I felt empty. Still. Yeah, and I found it really quite interesting. I'm just really quite surprised that his parents have given him all this money, and yet, you know, he's just wasting it on things that aren't even related to this. I mean, he really needs to think about his budgeting, because eventually he's going to run out. Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting, this empty feeling. In order to fill that void, I kept spending time with my girlfriend, and girlfriend, interesting. I kept earning money at my part-time job. I suppose if he has actually married a Richie, then yeah. Well, it's actually going to be really quite convenient if he ever gets into financial trouble. In order to be the Otobe Akira I wanted to be, I needed money. Yeah, definitely, yeah. It didn't take long before I started taking out small loans to get the money for these activities. Oh. Yep, this is where shit gets bad. How much debt does he have? How much debt? My parents transfer money each month to pay for the rent, but I started using that to pay the debts that were piling up left and right. Oh, yeah, definitely. I had accumulated debts 10 times that amount. Holy fuck. Oh my god. I even borrowed money to repay that. Jesus. Yeah, that must be tricky. Local loan shark. Local loan shark. That's got to be the best name Higurashi character I have ever seen. I believe in you, so I'll offer you a loan of 1,000,000 yen with no collateral. Damn. 1,000,000 yen. £5,451. Damn. Which, let me just say, this is a one-time thing. Interesting. Yeah, it's actually really quite surprising. Talented. Wow. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm lending it without collateral because I believe you'll be able to repay it. Yeah, this is just for you. That's actually really quite surprising. I mean, like, seriously. In part about those sweet words, I turned to street money and black market lending. Oh. God. The compound interest continued to accumulate and the outcome was inevitable. I fled the apartment I was living in under the cover of the night. I lost contact with my girlfriend right around that time. God. Yeah, definitely. Oh shit. Eventually, collections agents started coming to my school and part-time jobs, so I had no choice but to find a new job. Damn. Yeah, I do find it really quite interesting that, you know, with the loan, I'm assuming he's just... I mean, maybe he's got the million yen. It doesn't actually really say. I'd assume that he's not got the million yen because he doesn't feel he'll actually have the potential to repay it back. Yeah, that's what I'm going by. I mean, it doesn't really matter what objectively happens. I mean, I'm only reading this story, so my interpretations don't matter. Ego. Yes. What actually is black market lending? Definitely doesn't. Oh, interesting. So, loan sharking is actually black market lending. So, seek capital from unconventional means. Oh, so it lets participants avoid government price controls or taxes. Oh, interesting. Interesting. God, that's actually really quite awful that, you know, obviously when the money decreases, so does the girlfriend. Little idiot has completely screwed his life. I mean, I get that he was desperate to, you know, obviously make himself, leave the countryside, make something of himself, just have a really fun time as a youngster, really. I mean, I just want to sort of read his exact reason again. I mean, my god. You could have a title of, I don't know, in 5 years if you actually tried at school. Maybe like a, I don't know, qualified electrician? Maybe that'll take 5 years? I don't know. Or at least an electrician that's potentially done an apprentice. I don't really know how it works, but yeah. You could, but no, you're Akira Otobe, the guy free of youthful spirit who takes girls around Tokyo. I mean, come on. Eventually, collections agents started coming to my school and my part-time job, so I had no choice but to find a new job. I cycled through several jobs after that. I couldn't work in a single place for long. Oh, damn. All the collections agents would find me. So, what do the collections agents do? Do they actually... Seeking overdue payments for customers. So they make phone calls, send mails, or meet customers in person to locate and notify them of delinquent accounts. Right. Explaining the reason for the delinquency and the options available to the customer for resolving the account. Receiving payment and posting amount to customers' accounts. Negotiating payment arrangements to customers. Right, interesting. Insert cash or select payment type moment. That's kind of what this is. I didn't have a place to call my own, so I couldn't make friends at work either. Oh god, that's really quite sad. Yeah, nobody was interested in talking to a debt-ridden person like me in the first one. Yeah. Oh, that's tricky. Yeah, but even if I worked morning until night and only spent the rest of my time sleeping, yeah, I couldn't raise more than 300,000 yen in a month. Yeah, definitely. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do to keep up with the interest in compounding each month, much less make payments towards the principal. Yeah, definitely. I just genuinely wonder how he's going to do this. I mean, I'm assuming that it's really quite something that he's spent so much money that, you know, not even, you know, parents' money from funding the blooming college tuition could, well, no matter how hard I worked, and even with a wage increase of 10 yen per hour, 10 yen per hour, oh my god. If you're getting I mean, maybe 100 yen per hour could be, it could be close, but at the same time, yeah, I don't really think you're going to get 300,000 yen in a month if you're getting wage increases of 10 yen per hour. Fucking hell. It's like 200, let's say, I don't know how many, you probably work 40 hours in a week, for example, 400 yen more. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to do much. God, that must be living hell. So I calculated how long it would take to repay my debt living like this. 70 years! Oh my god! Fucking hell! Yeah, I couldn't go back to college. I wasn't able to attend a single class, so I couldn't get any credit. Yeah, understandable. I mean, yep, this is why you study, bro. You should not. He really has wasted any opportunity he has. It really was quite idiotic of him. I mean, he didn't go there to study, but at the same time, I think studying would have been better than accumulating 70 years of debt. Like, fucking hell. If I leave the university, I won't be able to find a job. Yeah, definitely. Well, it's definitely going to be kicked out if he's not going to a single class. It's not impossible to get a proper job as a high school graduate. Yeah, but it had already been so long since I graduated that I couldn't do it. Alright. Oh, it's not impossible. Alright. There's no way to explain that gap after entering college. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And even if I could get a real job, collections agents would show up there and ruin it soon enough. Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't talk to my parents. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the worst thing. My parents would be shocked, outraged, and abusive. God. Abusive, Jesus. In the end, they'd forsake me. My father would beat me. Jesus Christ, my mother would call him. Holy fuck. They shout, "We believe you," with tears in the right. Yeah, it was plain to see what would happen back at home. Yeah, I didn't want to go back to the countryside. Yeah, well, God, I don't want to go back to the countryside when I'm older, but like, God, let's just hope my experience isn't like that. I mean, obviously. I think my life would have to go very wrong to even be in a place that is close, even live in a place that is close to, I don't know, just riches like these. Never mind buying them. In other words, I had no choice but to live my life jumping between part-time jobs, paying just 800 yen per hour. God. And I spent an entire lifetime trying to repay a debt that can't be repaid in a lifetime. Yeah, definitely, yeah. That crushing sense of vain effort caused me to give up on working altogether. I mean, that is understandable, but what is he going to do when the debt collectors actually come? Right. What awaited me afterwards was a life of peering out the shut curtains of my tiny 4.5 tatami sized apartment to make sure there weren't any collections agents between here and the convenience store. 30 minutes. Jesus. Oh my God. I couldn't go shopping if collections agents were out there. Yeah, I keep quiet and spend the rest of my day at home. I mean, my God, these people are proper stalkers, if you like. And travelling more than 30 metres away was out of the question. There was a risk Oh God, there's a risk I'd get kidnapped if the collection agents found me. Jesus. So when he says kidnapped, does he mean sent to jail? Or I even hesitated to step out of my apartment to take the trash out in fear of the collections agents wandering around. I could imagine this really getting out of hand, this fear. Then I finally realised, my life would reach a deadlock. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, but this is why you never marry rich people, it seems. Well, I mean, obviously marrying a rich person isn't really that bad. Firstly, they're nice, which, let's be honest, is unlikely, from my experience at least. And then also, if They're good in terms of how much money they spend. I mean, my god, it's just really unbelievable to think that this person's probably maybe even a day could potentially, you know, result in 70 years of unpayable debt. I mean, that's just unbelievable. I still had the same cell phone number, but I had no desire to check out the... Oh, to check the incoming messages. God. Yeah, more than 20 messages. Oh, damn. Arrived on the answer room machine every day.
お金貸すとき、生命保険に入ってもらったよ
You
ね。
receive life insurance when you borrow this money, you know?
ご遺族には迷惑がかからないようにするからさ。
No, you won't be a burden to your bereaved family.
意味、わかるでしょ。
Oh my god.
いつまでも逃げられると思
Do
う
you
な
think you
よ
can。keep running forever? Jesus. So these, what are they exactly called? Yeah, collection agents. These people were actually collection agents from the black market. Fucking hell. Oh, this is really bad. I mean, if it was normal debt, it would be bad enough. But at the same time, these are black market people. They're probably going to use you for means worse than, you know, prison-related things.
とりあえずさ、
I don't know, why not
連
contact
絡
me?
くれない？いい稼ぎ先紹介するよ。
I can introduce you to a good source of income. What, drugs? No,
黙っ
fuck
て言う
off.
通りにしてくれるだけで、うちの利子はチャラになるか
Just
ら
do what I
さ。
tell you and I can have the interest on your debt forgiven. Yeah, what is that? How many illegal activities is that going to involve, huh? 10? 5? 15?
利
10,000?
子
I don't
だ
know.
けだけど。
Only the interest. Oh my god, that's really quite funny. I mean, the interest, it kind of depends how high the interest rates are. I don't know. Usually the interest rates are really quite low for stuff like this, I've found. Like, I don't know. It kind of depends. The interest rates I've only really seen before are like under 10%, but I don't know. Beep.
もしもし、アキラ
Hello, Akida. That's my girlfriend's voice.
ご
Yeah.
無沙
It's
汰
been a long time. Yeah, that is genuinely really quite surprising because I thought she broke up.
久しぶりにアキラが住んでたマンションに行ってみたけど
Oh,
なんか怖い人がうろうろしてて
God, yeah.
全
I
然
went to
近
your
寄れ
apartment
ないよ
for the first time in a while, but some scary people were wandering around, so I couldn't get close.
どうなってんの
What's going on? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, and that's the worst thing. This person is completely fake, and I kind of get the impression this is a gossiper. I don't know. It's just really gives me that vibe. I didn't detect a hint of concern about me in her voice. She probably found a new boyfriend after she got sick of me. Yeah, but she got sick of him too, and that's why she's calling me. I had a feeling that was the case. Maybe you could try and use her for possibility. Friends are disposable. I remember her saying that once before. She said that once before. Oh my god. Yeah, not somebody you want to be. I think the fact that he spent this much money is sad, but the fact that he spent it on somebody so, I don't know, just so insignificant, really. So, like she says, disposable. I mean, not really so disposable, but with a really, well, I don't know, with a really, yeah, she goes out with people when they're convenient for her and replaces them as soon as they become inconvenient. Yeah, that's really interesting, that. According to her, we all live in an ever-changing era, so there's no way to know who might drop out of your life and when. You don't have get very good logic, and secondly, you're never going to be able to, you know, do stuff for a long time. You have to keep a watchful eye to ensure the people who were left behind don't hold you back. Yeah. In order to avoid falling victim to bad situations, it's important to always check with the people that you feel that you deal with to ensure they're worth keeping in touch with. Hmm.
いろいろ大変そうだけど頑張ってね。
Seems like you've had a lot of troubles, but do your
じゃ
best.
あね。
See ya. Click beep beep beep. That's all she said in her message. Yeah, it's really quite surprising that. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there was no concern from me at all. No sign of her reaching out and helping out. Yeah, something bad happened, so it's best to keep her distance. That was the conclusion she'd reached. Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. God. In other words, she was cutting me off entirely. Yeah, definitely. I'd already served my purpose. As far as she was concerned, I was dead weight. Even though the two of us went all to all of those places together. Yeah, and it really is quite surprising. It's just really quite sad, honestly. Yeah, even though we walked through all of those places together, holding hands. No, but the only thing is, even though he thought it was really real, yeah, I don't really think that was the case for the other side. I cleansed one of those 50,000 yen t-shirts I only bought because it matched hers. Yeah! I mean, to be fair, he could actually sell all of his assets, but at the same time, firstly, how would he be able to sell his assets without, you know, potentially being kidnapped by these really dangerous, you know, black market people? And secondly, how would he be able to make enough to pay the debt off? 50,000 yen for this! Oh yeah, it must be. The lifestyle was the price of that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. It's such overpriced garbage. Yeah, and I was attracted to somebody like her. Yeah, I held the t-shirts against my face and sobbed. Yeah, oh god, I felt miserable and ashamed, but all I could do was cry. Yeah, it's understandable. Deep down, I realised that I had wasted my life on meaningless things. No, it's sad to say, but it's true. As I continued sobbing, I pressed the play button on the answering machine once more.
Ah, Kira. 友達が金貸せるかもって言ってるけど、どうする?
Akira, I have a friend willing to lend you some money. What do you think?
利子、
The
ちょっ
interest is a
と
bit steep,
高いけど。
Oh, well, that could actually be really good, but at the same time, it depends how much it is. If it's not 300,000
天津ス
yen.
ポーツクラブですが、会費が3ヶ月分未納となりましたため、
Oh.
大会手続きを取らせていただきました。
Since this is KC Sports Club, since your membership fee hasn't been paid for 3 months, we decided to cancel your membership.
未納分につきまして
Regarding
は
your unpaid balance. Oh no. Beep.
加賀大学事務局ですが、次期履修予定表が未提出になっています。
This is the Kaga University staff office. You still haven't filled your schedule for the upcoming semester.
至急大学へ。
Please come to the university at your earliest convenience. Oh shit. He is going to be so thrown out of university. He literally can't leave the house because of
居
these.
酒屋100万石の店長やけど、お前もう混んでええわ。
Oh. This is the store manager of the Million Stones Tavern. Don't ever come back
無
again!
断欠勤はうちは速攻でクビなんや。
Oh shit. Damn, I can't believe one unannounced absences, so you're fired.
てめえ、世間を舐めたらあかんで。
Yeah, God, I couldn't agree more. You really need to get your shit together. God, he is brutal. He definitely doesn't sound like a nice worker. Fucking hell. Beep. Yeah, none of it mattered. Yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, these are people I thought I was close to. People I respected. People I believed would offer to help me if I was in trouble. But every one of them turned their noses up at me. The reality of that was difficult to bear. Like, oh yeah, understandable. Yeah, but it couldn't be helped. Yeah, that's the worst thing. I could pour this on myself. This is the price of the selfish life I've been living. Nobody will lend me a helping hand to somebody like me. So I really wonder why he's actually, firstly, been able to escape with his friends, and secondly, why he actually has friends, firstly, but secondly, why he's been able to escape with them, and thirdly, why he's got the Hinami's. It makes full sense that he's stolen this cash card now. Full sense. KC Sports Club, KFC. Oh my god. I love KFC Sports. The KFC video games console. That is the best creation of humanity. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah, exactly, yeah. No, but at the same time, there was somebody who actually asked if he could maybe accept some money. Everybody would look down on me for putting up a fake front. I pushed everyone away, so I don't have any friends. Yeah, and then the last message on the answering machine was...
Akira? 元気でやってるの?
Oh my god, Akira, are you doing well? Oh, it was a familiar voice. Yeah, Mum.
電話は繋がらないし、手紙を出しても戻ってきちゃうし。
Oh god, I can't get a hold of you on the phone. And all the letters I send to you just get sent back.
あんた元気でやってるの?
Right. God. Oh my god, that's awful. Yeah, my chest tightened. What, after all this time? I kept gazing at the flashing button on the answering machine. I should have been disgusted to hear my mum's voice, but as soon as I did, tears came overflowing. Maybe he's just realising how heartless he was being, you know. Even though I despise so many things about my mum. Yeah, it's actually really quite surprising. Maybe it's just because of the dependency actually showed towards, you know, the mother, just for the debt to be paid off. Mum always tried to do whatever Dad wanted. Oh, and she was always good at reading his mood. Yeah, God. Oh, God. So Mum always tried to control me to meet Dad's whim. His dad sounds really brutal. Say this to improve Dad's mood. Do that to make Dad happy. Oh, but don't do anything he wouldn't like. My father said that men are no use for literature, so he only ever brought me to scientific journals. Well, that really is quite sad, you know, not being able to explore anything he wanted to. Him just being forced to go to particular fields. Even though I liked geography, my father believed that history was more important. Oh, yeah. Fuck history. Geography's way better. So he forced me to learn Japanese history. He said that music wasn't suitable for... Oh, God. Oh, my God. That is so sad. He said the music wasn't suitable for men, so I had to abandon the concert assemble. I wanted to enter since elementary school. In the end, I joined the Kendo club. Yeah, but it didn't suit me at all. I just wasn't very good, so my upperclassmen bullied me over my lack of drive to improve. Yeah, oh God, that's a shame. Oh my God, that's so sad. Yeah, I lost all my self-confidence, so I started acting more timid and distancing myself from my classmates. The boys made fun of me all the time, and the girls constantly giggling me behind my back. Yeah, Jesus, it's fucking horrible. Yeah, I still remember those days, miserable days in the countryside. I hate how similar our experiences are, but okay. God. This really is brutal. It is just so sad to think when he's actually been given an opportunity to restart. He really has wasted it. my god, that's understandable. Yeah, I don't want to go back there ever again. But I can't stay here with. No, I couldn't agree more. His life is literally going to be over if those black market people come. I have nowhere to go. No, I know.
父さんは電話なんかしなくていいって言ってたけど、
Oh, your father told me
やっ
not
ぱ
to
り
call.
気になるか
I
ら
was
ちょ
feeling a
っ
bit
とだ
concerned.
け。
Yeah, that really is out of character. I really wonder why he wouldn't have said to call. My god, if his son's reputation is actually realised to, you know, obviously his influences, then yeah, they are definitely not going to look very good.
ねえ、東京はどう？
So how is Tokyo?
真面目に勉強してるの？
Oh my god, that's the worst thing though. Anything he is going to say is going to completely disappoint her.
たまにはあんたの
It
声
was nice to hear your voice
聞か
once
せ
in
て
a
ちょ
while.
うだいよ。
Oh my god. As if I could call them. Yeah, I really wonder if he is actually going to be able to. No matter why she called, I decided it was best not to tell her about how I was feeling. Yeah, that's understandable.
あんたの夢
Yeah,
っ
I
て
may
の
not
が何な
understand
の
the
か
dreams, but
母さんにはわからないけど、
his dreams are shattered. The only dream he has now is to repay 70 years worth of debt. Please do your best.
あんた頑張ればできるんだから。
You can do it if you give it your all.
母さんはいつでもあんたの味
Yeah,
方
I'll
よ。
always be there for you. But can he really? Oh god, that must be painful. That can't be true. Yeah, I know. Can it really be true? Even though I thought that, I still wanted to believe in my mother's love. That's nice. Yeah, Mum will always be there for me. That is actually really quite surprising because of, you know, how many things he's detested about her. Is that really true? Was he actually trying to encourage me? I mean, yeah, she was, yeah. Then please help me, Mum. I don't know what to do. And it's my... Yeah, my god, please help.
父さんはまだあんた
Your
のこ
father was
と
still
怒
a
ってる
bit
けど、
upset with you.
ちゃんとしたあんたを見たらきっと認めてくれるはずだからさ。
Yeah, but at the same time, he's not going to... Oh my god, they are going to be so disappointed when they find out. If they find out, sorry. Can't forget about that. But I'm sure he'd accept you, if he could see you living a respectful
頑張
life.
ってね、アキラ。
Yeah, do your best, Akira. Click, beep, 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 beep.
メッセージは以上です。もう一度聞くには1を、保存するには
Message complete. To listen again, press 1 to save. Oh. Oh. Damn. I erased all the messages instead of the phone. Fucking hell. Oh my god, that is very, very understandable. Yeah. If he could see me living a respectful life. It was no longer possible for me to live a proper life. No, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. Where did I go wrong? The girl. Yeah, that is understandable. No, I really don't blame him. I don't even want to imagine. Like, there is zero hope. There's not even any ounce of hope. No matter what you do, you are never going to be able to pay this debt off. Oh god, I thought I was special. Yeah, my god, that's the saddest thing. I didn't have a dream or a concrete something to work towards, but I swore back then I would do my best. Oh god. But I never found an opportunity like that. Yeah. When I first came to Tokyo, I felt like I was reborn as a different person. I was completely ecstatic. Yeah, but he lost a lot of his rationality. Somewhere deep in my heart, I realised that I was living a depraved life, but I thought I could pay back the money I borrowed. Yeah, you are really stupid. If I could find something to be passionate about. No way. No. But I wasn't someone special. Oh my god, yeah, and I find it really interesting that his misconception of, you know, he was probably a hard worker before he actually went to Tokyo. He did pursue in everything, even though he didn't really know where he wanted to, you know, strictly specialise in. But yeah, now is different to then. You've made that streak completely. Yeah, I couldn't find anything to be passionate about. I mean, to be fair, I kind of feel him. I agree with this, but that's why I'm gonna do. Ideally, I'd do 4 A levels, so I can actually get something that I can. Because the thing is, even if you don't have something that you can work towards, if you get those really good A levels, which I'm trying to do, like obviously next year, beginning September this year, and next year and the year after. If you get really good A levels, your career opportunities are fucking endless. So, yeah. It doesn't even matter if you don't have a dream, you can find something. Well, I mean, obviously it helps, but yeah. Apprenticeship programs are really good because they let you test out a lot of fields in the workplace, and then you specialise in one. Well, you learn to specialise and then you work up the ranks, as they say. Do your best, Akira. Yeah, I wonder. Mum's words echoed inside my ears. Mum! Oh my god, he's probably just really quite missing her. I can't go back now. No, definitely not. Because the thing is, he's pained about, you know, obviously not being able to talk to his mother, and obviously just having the feeling of completely disappointing them and himself, and, you know, getting himself into all these shambles. But yeah, he can't face that disappointment and that. Yeah, and I can't go forward either, and I think that's really interesting. It's true though, thinking that and feeling completely helpless. I stepped outside for the first time in ages and felt the raindrops strike me. When I came to my senses, I was on the internet and had reached a specific site. Oh. 177, name Akukun. 2006 0505, Friday, 11:55 p.m. 29 seconds, 0.71 milliseconds. ID, and then the, I don't know, just random ID. Did you see the 6th issue of the Weekly 7? It mentions an occult spot about Hinami called Hinamizawa Village. I don't think they'll find us in a place like that. What do you think? Yeah, definitely. That's so interesting though. So I wonder who was actually name Machi. Oh, Machiko. Interesting. Somebody's keeping DGen hours. Or it could be 1 p.m. Wait, hang on a second. Didn't it say? Yeah, it said 23, didn't it? Yeah. Degenerate! I've read the Weekly 7. Sounds good. It mentioned the gas disaster. It mentioned the gas disaster happened in June, so there should have been even fewer people around. Oh god, that is an awfully brutal way of thinking of it, but true. How about the second Monday in June? Yeah, if you can, I'm sure the weather will be nice. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm actually really quite surprised that he, firstly, still has, you know, stayed in contact with his friends. But I think these are real friends. These are ones that really understand how stressful his situation was. Oh my god, this is so good though, because this town is completely secluded. If anything, could you imagine if this is where he actually lives, because he can't live in the city just because of, you know, how much debt he's accumulated. He can't possibly find enough money to do anything. I wonder. Yeah. I hope it'll go well this time. Yeah, it's okay to do this with just 3 people. Somewhere out there, I felt something resembling human what? Oh my god, yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I'm gonna notice that I won't too. Otobe. I'd like to come too. Looking forward to it. Right. Past midnight. I love that. Yeah, that's a huge sigh after writing that. Oh my god, yeah, understandable. Oh god. I mean, maybe, I don't know. His life is probably so bad that, you know, he feels as if death may be the best. God. I no longer cared about being... Oh, Jesus. Maybe this is going to make him be able to see the wonder of the world a little bit more, and just how crazy things can be going to a place as nuts as this. And that is a really quite... That story really is something. I wonder what everyone's actually going to think of it. And so I gathered together with 3 like-minded people. What? Hang on a
一緒
second,
に死のうという
what?
ことになりま
The
した
forest decided we wanted to die together in Hinamizawa. Why did they want to die? What? One of the lights in the assembly hall started to flicker erratically. Yeah, my god, yeah. Nevertheless, Otobe completely ignored the light bulb and continued his story.
しかし参る
Still, this is all. Oh my god, yeah, I
俺の
agree.
書いた
Yeah.
特集が自殺場所を決める決定打になるなんてよ
Jesus, yeah, my god, he probably has that weight on his shoulders now. I never thought my article would be used to determine a suicide
やり
spot.
きれないぜ
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, oh my god, fair.
すみませ
I'm
ん
sorry.
あ
Oh, it does that
それじゃ
mean?
もしかしてあの3人が乗っていた車に
Yeah, that you're
お
also
前
in
も
the
乗
car
って
with
た
the
の
three
かよ
people. Yeah, that's so weird. Jesus. It's just genuinely so surprising that these people. So I'm assuming that his friends also had really, really bad things that, you know, maybe not equally as bad as Otobe's, but still really quite bad things that obviously caused them to want to end their lives. But my god. Yeah, 3 like-minded people. Yeah, Jesus. I do find it really quite interesting. Do you know what I'm actually kind of annoyed at this story for? I'm kind of annoyed at it for revealing that, because they always suspected that it was a suicide party. We've always heard that phrase. I wish it was more of a mystery whether people did actually suicide or if they murdered. I think it would have been a really good twist, but they kind of wasted that. I mean, but I suppose that could sort of reflect, like, they had an intuition that it was suicide and it actually came true. God, that is so surprising though, seriously. So I wonder why Otobe's actually alive, like, seriously. Yeah. Yeah, Otobe continued drooping apologetically as he nodded to me. Oh my god, yeah, this may be a strange thing to say, but even though I
変な
came
言い
here to
方かも
die,
しれないですけど僕
I was having fun.
楽しかったんです
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, this is the really good thing. He can actually reconsider, and maybe he's made the right decision, maybe he hasn't, who knows.
みんないい人ばっかりだったんです
It's just genuinely... Oh my god, it's just really quite awful just to think that, you know, I mean, I don't really know what was behind his death, but yeah, we had obviously the, with Chiaki and Machiko. Machiko was the person that literally had her entire family die after coming back from America, you know, in the car crash because of the idiotic driver in a truck. And then, you know, the Machiko person was I think she was a person that, you know, she had the death of the IT entrepreneur, which obviously must have made her life so stressful, and secondly, you know, must have been somebody really quite dear to her. God, that's horrible. This is just brutal. Like, seriously.
今日
Yeah, my god.
日付が変わったから
Yeah, everyone was so nice today. Well, today has already changed to yesterday.
とにかく
Anyway, even though
昨日初めて会ったのにずいぶん前から
interesting.
友達同士だったみたいな気がしたんです
Yeah, I'm actually really quite surprised because, yeah, it's really quite surprising. I always thought that these people were, you know, really long-term friends. Anyway, even though I only met these people for the first time yesterday, they felt like they had been my friends for a long time. God, that is horrible. I mean, I think it's even worse that these people all died. Yeah, my God. Otobe began speaking more and more, and nobody tried to interrupt. Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah. The sky was nice and blue that day, just like Machi-chan wanted. Yeah. God. We all lived fairly far apart, so in the end we decided to meet at Tokyo Station. I'm actually quite surprised he was able to do that without, you know, obviously the the black market debt collectors coming to get him. The first time I came to Tokyo Station back in last spring was when I felt my first taste of the station. That was only a year ago? Oh my god. Wow. God, that really is surprising. Mrs. Men dressed in fancy suits and gorgeous office gorgeous office ladies that look like they belong to magazines. We're hanging out at exotic foreign coffee shops, and the station was surrounded by tall, stylish buildings. Gorgeous office ladies that look like they belonged in magazines. That is so good. The clamour of people was like the omnipresent background noise of an urban area. Yeah. But now I was able to recognise that every last one of them had no bearing on my life. Yeah. Back then, everything was shining bright, but now it all looks so digit. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, his potential has been completely flushed down the toilet. All the things I once longed for were, ostentatious phonies. I'm assuming that's just basically saying they were ridiculous things that were completely irrational.
はじめまして。あっくんこと芥川で
What
す。
the fuck happened to him for him to be able to want to suicide as well? Nice to meet you. I'm the user called Akkun. My name is Akutagawa. Akkun, huh? The man smiling and bowing his head in front of the car was surprisingly a man roughly in his 40s. Jesus. God, yeah. He had a gentlemanly aura like all the businessmen from around here. A man like him wants to commit. Yeah, it's so surprising. I can. Am I surprised? Yeah.
マチこと
Yeah, Machi, sure.
マチコです
Oh God, yeah. Yep.
短いお付き合いだけどマチって呼んでね
Yeah, we won't be knowing each other for very long, but feel free to call me Machi. Jesus. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, Machi-chan looked like she was still in her teens. She was wearing really pretty makeup, but she was still probably still in high school. Her skin was shiny and she had a miniskirt stretched across her slender legs. She looked like a perfectly normal girl, the likes which you find anywhere. No, I know, that's the weird. Why would it go like
私は千秋
Chiaki?
本当の名前も千秋でハンドルネームと一緒なの
Chiaki is actually my real name and my online handle too. Oh yeah, this is the times where you can actually use your real name. I mean, not really your real name, but Chiaki-san Bus really said that. She was a beautiful woman in her late 20s. Oh God, she had a gentle demeanour and gave off the atmosphere of somebody living a wealthy lifestyle. Yeah, that's the IT entrepreneur person. Yeah. She's dressed in nicely tailored clothes like me, but her elegance and dignity were out this. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, she felt like a platinum level truly fine.
どうも
Nice to meet you, I'm Otobe.
僕が乙部です
Otobe is my real name. As I bowed my head, I looked around to make sure no collections agents were nearby. Yeah, my God,
そ
yeah.
んなに不安がらなくても大丈夫だよ、乙部君。
You're only going to end your life.
みんな死ぬのは初めてな
Yeah,
んだ。
my God, yeah. Well, I'm not exactly going to have another opportunity. Yeah, Akutagawa-san could tell I was feeling nervous, so he gave me a reassuring smile as he said that. God. This is evil. The thing that I find even worse about this, there is no hint of deception, malice. It's just the horrible lives of horrible people, and then all these people with horrible experiences coming to join forces and kill themselves. Really, I mean, it's horrible. He thinks I'm afraid to die. No, I mean, but the truth is, I'm not scared at all. I mean, it's just because of the the collections officers, collections agency. God, I was feeling more stressed about my first real life meeting with my internet friends. Oh my God, yeah, that is understandable. I mean, what if these people were complete pedos? I mean, what if these people could be the collection agents as well? I was about to get in a car with strangers and go somewhere, but I was happy to be going with other people rather than my own. Oh my God, fair. God, it is just horrible to think that they really are using this place for the worst means. Yeah, eventually the car took off with Akutagawa-san behind the wheel. I took the passenger seat and the ladies were in the back seats. Yeah. Even though I was in the passenger seat, I ducked my head down to avoid being spotted by any debt collectors who might have been looking at the car. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, good. I was able to raise my head and feel some peace of mind after the car got up to a decent speed. Yeah, nice, yeah. Yeah, Chiaki-san held some sweets out to me. Oh, that's nice.
よかったら食べて
It's just seriously surprising that these people who, yeah, they're gonna literally die. They're so nice because I would have thought like if I had people, if I don't know, I was going to one of these things, I'd assume like the people that actually arrange stuff like this. I mean, it'd be very difficult in modern day, especially because of how strict everything is. But it would be so difficult. Oh my fucking god. It would be so difficult. It would be so difficult to actually find people that are this nice. I mean, I would have thought people would be really mentally damaged, really horrible. But no,
うちの近所のパティ
it's
スリーのなんだけど
brutal. They're from my
結構
local
美味しいの
bakery
よ。
and they're quite delicious.
どうも
Yeah, thanks. The candy was full of butter and brownie, very butter and brownie. Wow. The flavour itself was great, of course, but it was a nice feeling too. Sharing something tasty with someone else. Yeah, that alone was. Yeah, my god, yeah, that alone was enough to remind me what it was like to experience happiness.
私も
Yeah.
チョコだけどいいかな
I thought something too. Care for a chocolate? Yeah, I received a chocolate from Matsi-chan. It must have been a foreign chocolate because the package was in English. Oh, it looked nice and sticky on the inside too. That was the first time I've ever tasted chocolate like that. Oh. Yeah, that's so
すっ
sweet.
ごく甘いでしょ
Guys, it's really unbelievable to think that these people are this happy. Like, my
でも
god.
食べるとハマっちゃうんだよね
Yeah, but there's no way I can eat them all.
安かったから箱買いしちゃったんだ
Oh my god. I bought a whole box because it was on sale.
そうしたらすっごく余っちゃって
But it ended up being way too
もう
much.
一個どう
Go for another? It's actually really quite funny. I wonder if they're just going to completely stuff themselves. I mean, it's so brutal to think that this is going to be the last opportunity they actually have to do so. Jesus. Matsu-chan said that gleefully and handed me another. Her smile was bright and carefree. Yeah. I never thought somebody could smile that earnestly about eating junk food. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough.
いい天気だね
It's some great weather, huh?
晴れてよかっ
Nice
た
and sunny. Yeah.
最後の日だからお天気くら
Yeah,
い
yeah,
せめて
understandable.
味
Yeah, this
方
is
して
our
ほしい
last
よ
day,
ね
so I hope the weather stays like this. Yeah, once he said that, I remember we were on our way to die. Exactly, yeah, it didn't feel real. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. I fiddled with my phone. No incoming calls today. Yeah, do your best, Akira. Oh, that is the worst thing to... Oh, not see here. Mum's voice echoed inside my ears again. I haven't received a call from my parents since then. Yeah, definitely. And of course, I didn't have the courage to call them back. Do your best, Akira. Oh my god. If she had said, please come home, instead of do your best back then. Oh,
そんなに携
Jesus.
帯が気になる
Yeah,
の
you
か
that concerned about your phone? After playing my phone in the passenger seat all this time, Akutagawa-san called out to me. Oh,
yeah.
no.
最後に声を聞きたい人がいるのなら電話してみれば
Oh my god. Shit, is he actually going to call parents? If there's someone out there who'd like to hear one last time, why not give them a call? Oh, that's okay.
いいんですそんな人いないし
Oh, god, I don't know if anyone
So?
like that, really?
時間はまだあるんだから
Yeah, you still have time.
気にしなく
That's
ても
right.
いいの
I think
よ
it is so nice, these people. I think it is just so painful that these people are all such good people. I think that's just the saddest thing. It's truly warped, this.
「大丈夫です
I'm fine.
本当に
Really, that's all.
もう
Powered off my cell phone. Eventually, the car pulled into Shizuono City and began climbing the mountain road.
そろそろだね
Yeah, it's almost time. Matsu-chan reapplied her mascara and touched up her lipstick. Yeah, you're gonna suicide. Well, might as well make the corpse look stylish. What is the point of that? Her face looked radiant, like she was all... I know, like she was all set for a date with her lover. After arriving in Hinamazawa, we parked the car in a suitable location and started making preparations. Oh, God. Even up until this point, it felt like a fun group. No, I know! It just feels like something... I mean, if he did excel in whatever he was going to do in Tokyo, maybe this could have been some sort of university drive. Maybe this could have been, like, I don't know, maybe this could have been something he could have done with, you know, the break time he would have had in holidays with his classmates or something like that, going to a really creepy ass abandoned village.
幽霊
No
出ない
ghosts,
ね
huh?
死者の村って言うからちょっと期待した
Yeah,
のに
yeah,
な
understandable, but yeah, you have to go into the village and really discover its folklore to, you know, find out. They called this the Village of the Dead, so I expected something more.
死んだ家族に会えるかも
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, I was hoping to see my dead family.
でも
Yeah.
どっ
But
ち
anyway,
み
I should be able to see
ち
them
もうす
soon
ぐ会え
enough.
るんだけどね
Yeah, that's really interesting. So I wonder if she's obviously doing it because the mission is too hard to cope with, but also so she can actually see them again.
家族
God. Yeah, your family is
死ん
dead.
じゃったんですか
I really wonder if he's going to realize just how good his circumstances are here. But at the same time, it doesn't just matter with family. I mean, there are so many other things that matter. Oh, after that one with Matsu-chan, everybody began sharing their personal stories. I was surprised to hear it. Everybody had their own tragic episodes that drove them to suicide. Matsu-chan lost her entire family. Oh god, Akutagawa-san was saddled with the death of others. Damn, so that is where, you know, the joint liability or the co-signer story actually comes into significance. So he was a co-signer as opposed to a joint liability person, I think. Tiyaki-san. Oh god, yeah. So that was her husband. I thought that was just a distant relative. Jesus, that's horrible. All of them did everything in their power to keep going before turning to suicide. That's the worst, yeah. I, on the other hand. Yeah, I was full of myself and did whatever I liked. I just fooled around for my own satisfaction and suffered the consequences of my actions. Yeah, I was ashamed. Honestly, I was so ashamed. Yeah, it's just really interesting. Like,
夫にもっとしてあげられることがあったんじゃないかって
God, even up until today, I couldn't
今
stop
日ま
thinking
で
about
ずっ
how
と
we could
思
have
ってい
done
た
more for
の
my husband.
一番大切な時期にそばにいてあげられなくてごめんなさいってどうしても伝えたい
I wanted to tell him by any means necessary. I wanted to apologize for not being by his side at the most precious of times.
どれだけお金を稼いでも使えなかったら意味がないものね
So we never had an opportunity to spend. Interesting. Chiaki-san reached into her handbag as she said that.
あの人が事業で成功して得たものよ
Oh, this is what. Oh, Jesus! This definitely would have been able to turn Otobe's life around. Holy fuck! This is what he gained from all his tireless work.
私にはもう必要ないから届けてあげようと思って
And he stole this! Jesus Christ! That is awful! God. She pulled a bank book, a signature stamp, and a cash card out of her bank. Interesting that those bank book and signature stamp things weren't actually found with Otobe. Oh my god. My eyes fixated on those other... Yeah, yeah. I heard a face voice inside my head. This is what he gained from all his tireless work. Yeah, God, it's actually really quite surprising. He just gained money. Yeah, just how much is that? This is horrible. With that money, could I start all over? Oh, God.
体がボロボロになるまで
Yeah,
働い
he
て
worked his body ragged. In the end, he
結局
worked himself to death.
過
And
労
to
が
think
たたっ
that
て死ん
all
じゃっ
of
たの
the results of his earnings, I mean, obviously, maybe it's better for it to be used than not whatsoever. But at the same time, you really think his earnings basically being stolen and, you know, spent by somebody that is
そんなに頑張らなくてもいいのよって伝えればよかったの
something
に
as dishonest as this is, you know, that's
私
awful. Could you...
見て見ぬふりをして
Yeah, I
た
wish I had told him not to work himself so hard, but I pretended not to see it.
あの人が稼いだお金で楽な暮らしをしながら、あの人が仕事にかまけて私との時間をないがしろにしていることを恨んでさえいた。
Even though he earned all that money to give me a carefree life, I resented him for not spending enough time with me.
私、
I wasn't fit to be his wife.
妻失格だったのね。
Yeah. Interesting. Oh god, that's actually really quite sad. So not only, you know, the death, but also the rejection and the amount of wasted potential there was. Yeah.
今から別の人と結婚して
No
もう一度やり直せるんじゃないんですか。
Couldn't you marry someone else and start over? Huh? Even though I knew I was speaking out of place, I couldn't help but say something. Yeah, maybe just consider it. I don't know. That's not something worth dying over, is it? Yeah, I wonder, because that's enough money to keep on living without bothering anyone. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I don't have anything, and there's nothing else I can do, so I chose to die. Yeah. And yet, why?
乙部君、そういうこと
Other
は
than that's none of your...
いいえ、
No,
いい
it's
のよ。
alright. I agree, though. I do think it's none of his business, but at the same time, I think it's a good thing. Even though it's none of his business, I think she's literally about to end her life. I think it's way better to actually say something than not. No, it's alright.
私が愛していたのは
Oh,
あの人だけ。
that's sad. He was the only one I loved.
これからももう誰も愛するつも
Yeah,
りは
from
な
now
い
on, I
し、
never love anyone else.
死んであの世であの人のためだけに生きていきたいの。今度は夫婦で手を握り合ってずっと寄り添っていたい。
Next time, I hope we can hold hands as husband and wife and stay together forever. Chiaki-san interrupted Takahama-san to say all of that. Oh my god, it's sad. It's just brutal. Chiaki-san was about to die with all that wealth. Oh my god. And my heart was beating like mad while we listened to her story. Yeah, you're probably just consumed with greed as opposed to any actual empathy. To start over. With that money, I could pay off my debts and start a new life. Yeah, but at the same time, that is the money. Somebody... Firstly, it's illegal to do this. Secondly, you could technically say it's stolen money. Thirdly, you could say that... Well, you could just definitely say that this is somebody's hard-earned money. They have no choice about this. Obviously, they don't, but... I mean, it is money. It doesn't really matter about how it came, where it came from, I suppose. I mean, he can't really do anything to stop it. Stop where it flows to. But could you imagine that? Just working for money and then somebody that you don't even know, you have no significance to, uses it to pay off their debt that they've stupidly accumulated themselves. At the same time, though, it is completely giving him a chance to start up his life. But he's not going to have a very good life, let's be honest. He's firstly going to have those debt collectors always around them, the collection agents, and also he's going to be looked down on, and he's not going to... Having debt is a serious offence in Japan. So, yeah, it's going to be really hard for him either way. But he could, at least it's better than what his current situation. As I listened to Chiaki-san's story on the road to death, a feeling of hope started to emerge inside me.
それじゃあ今度は乙部君の話を聞こうか。
Well then, would you like to share your story next, Otobe-kun? Oh, sure.
はい。
Yeah, before I realised it was my turn to share my story, but now my heart was bursting with... Yeah. I no longer had a reason for wanting to die, but yeah, he doesn't have to. I wasn't sure how much she had, but with all the wealth Chiaki-san had right here, without money I could start over. Yeah, so I'm assuming just wait until they die and then take the money. Yes, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. God. That really... Not when I still have a chance. Yeah, that is actually really quite surprising. I mean, I bet there's so many people that have thought this, but... Could you imagine thinking these thoughts? When, for example, I don't know, you've locked the car, you've sealed the car shut, obviously, and then the carbon monoxide has started to come in. Like, could you imagine thinking it then? I mean, at least he didn't... At least he thought this earlier. I just genuinely can't believe he's being so selfish that he's not even... Yeah, my selfish desire to live, my pathetic, ridiculous desire to see another... Yeah, my god, I know. Haunted by those thoughts, I struggled to force a smile when painfully bit down on my tongue. Yeah.
無理に話すことないわ。
I won't force you to say
もうお
it.
しまいにしま
Let's
しょう
stop
よ。
this for now. Oh, no, 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 no.
Otobe-kun.
No, it's okay, Otobe-kun.
もう全部もうすぐ終わるから。
It'll be over soon.
ようやく
Oh,
苦しみから解放される
I
の。
wonder how he's actually going to break it to these
Hi.
things. Yeah. Please say something. Oh my god, that was all I could say. I still didn't want to die. Yeah, I wasn't so attached to living until just now. Yeah, it's interesting. When you actually try and die, you just realise how much you have, I suppose. I mean, some people wouldn't, but it's good that he has. God.
それじゃあ
Alright, everyone.
みんなあっちで会おう
Yeah, God. Let's meet again on the other side.
さようなら
Goodbye.
芥川さん乙部くん
Takagawa-san.
まちちゃん
Master-chan.
短い間だ
Time
った
together
け
was
ど
short, but thank you.
ありがとう
さよなら
God, goodbye. It really just seemed like he's gonna do this, but obviously he's probably gonna... That's right, I can start over. I can start everything up. Yeah, I can still do it. Sunset stained the sky a deep red. I can hear the cry of the Higurashi coming through the door. Yeah, Machi-chan said she was glad it was sunny. Chiaki-san said this is the perfect place to die. Yeah, God. Akutagawa-san said we meet on the other side. Yeah. Jesus. Seriously. Sure, it's nice weather, but what's so great about that? Yeah, definitely. Why is he laughing so much? I mean, Jesus. It really sounds like an insane laughter. This is a vacant area without any people nearby. Yeah, that's probably the worst place to die. I mean, that's understandable, yeah. And meet on the other side. It's still too soon for me. Oh, I'm so happy that he's realised. Yeah, and after everyone fell asleep, I climbed out of the car alone. Oh, interesting. So everybody had actually died, and they didn't actually realise that he was... They were under the impression that he was going to suicide too, but I'm assuming, you know, everybody has tried to fall asleep, and then they're obviously going to light the charcoal, and then boom, on the next side. Outside the sunset shined down on the thick grey clouds in the sky, and in no time the surrounding area was covered in darkness, impossible to tell right from left. Oh, God. But all I could think about was tightly holding the property I took. Oh my god. As I ran down the pitch black mountain road. I really wonder how everyone's going to react to this. They're probably going to be disgusted.
でも車を出て
Yeah.
すぐに雨が降ってきて
Yeah, you kind of deserve it.
道がぬかるんで
But it started to rain. As soon as I left the car, the rain was muddy and I stumbled over and over. Then I ran out.
真っ暗闇を
Yeah, as
駆け
I
回
ran
っているう
into,
ち
I ran
に
in total darkness. I lost my way. Yeah, even Mion's not saying anything. I mean, of course. I glanced at my watch. It was 2 a.m. Even more degen hours than me. Yeah, 5 men and women gathered together in this assembly hall with a broken light. Yeah. One of them surrounded by the remaining 4, as if to condemn him for his stupid mistakes. By the way, where the fuck has Tawada gone? God, has she used this opportunity to die? Or maybe this could potentially, hearing this could potentially make her realise the meaning in life, who knows? God.
それで走っているうちに木の根っこか何かにつまずいて崖から転がり落ちて私と会ったってわけかい。
So you kept running and you stumbled on a tree root or something and trembled down a hill, and that was how you ended up meeting me. That's right.
そうです。
それじゃあ車が消えて友達とはぐれたっていうのは嘘なのね。
Interesting that. So you made up the story about the car with your friends disappearing.
はい。
Yes.
すみません。
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry.
ごめんなさい。
God, that's actually really quite interesting that he's done all of this just so nobody could find out, you know, that he's stolen this card.
あの自殺者たちは全員お前の知り合いってこと
So
か
you knew all of the people who committed suicide? Nah, right. I'm sorry.
ごめんなさい。
Yeah. Oh no, wait. I
ごめんなさい。
thought this was like, did you know in person, or did you have any connections, or? Have you been acquainted with the people that committed suicide? No. Right, I'm sorry. What the hell? Yeah, I think that's a really good reaction.
借金がかさみ安易に自殺を選んだ
Yeah. Your mass debt decided to take your life with barely a second thought. Yeah, with barely a second thought,
し
exactly.
かも仲間の通帳を持って
Yeah!
逃げた
What's more, you took your friend's bank book and ran. Sounds like Isan stood up, then she donned a more harsh expression than she had worn until now and spoke up.
全くもって不甲斐な
Yeah,
い
how utterly spineless. Spineless, I like that.
最低だね
You're
あんた
disgusting. Yeah, understandable. I mean, he deserves all of it. I'm so sorry.
すみませんでした
Otobe fell down on his face on the spot, with his shoulders trembling. In that moment, all the tears strung across his face spilled down towards the floor. It's really hard to decide whether you want to have empathy. I mean, even though his situations are shit, he did kind of... It is all his fault, but at the same time, it does suck that he has to go through all of this. But at the same time, he made it happen. He knew of all the risks involved, and yet he still did it. So can you really be that sad and empathetic? I mean, God. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. Yeah, you really think it's going to work.
待てよ
Wait.
それじゃ黒沢をさらったのもこいつが
Oh, no, but yeah. Oh, I do look down at Otobe with disgust. Oh, yeah, understandable, yeah. But as soon as he realised the meaning of my words, he fiercely looked up with a face still littered into his... Yeah, definitely, yeah.
僕は知りません
I don't know anything about that.
黒沢さんのこと
Yeah, I
は
know
何
nothing
も
about Kurosawa-san. And now, where do we go?
バカかお前そんなこと信じられ
It's
るか
genuinely true that when is Tawada going to speak up? I hope she does at least. You idiot, do you expect us to
平気で
believe
嘘を
that?
ついたり死人の金を盗んだりするような奴の言う
Yeah,
ことなん
you
て
robbed the
信
dead.
用できるかよ
And you've been lying to us the whole time. How can we believe anything you have to say? Yeah, understandable.
でも
Yeah, but I really don't know
僕は
anything.
本当に知らないんです
Yeah.
ミオンさん
Mion-san, please
信
believe
じて
me.
ください僕は本当に
Honestly, I don't know anything.
何も
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah.
ああ分か
Yeah,
っ
I
てる
only
よそ
know
れく
that
らい
much.
あんたみたいな弱虫に生きている
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god,
人間を捕まえて殺して隠すなんて
exactly,
言
yeah.
うとできるわけがない
There's no way you could successfully catch a living person, kill them, and hide the evidence. Yeah,
ですね
indeed. Yeah, Miyuki-san clearly agreed with Sonozaki-san. Yeah. Why? How can the two of them be so sure of that? Yeah, well, I mean, Mion, obviously, because of her gang intuition that she's developed. But Miyuki, because detective. What makes him so confident? Intuition! Yeah, Miyuki-san was gazing straight at Tawada-san. Oh, her expression made it look like she was silently questioning her. Oh, so that's the end. Oh, that's gonna be so interesting seeing tomorrow what the hell is actually gonna happen regarding, Tawada, because obviously it's a secret that needs to be discovered. Oh my god, that's so fucking good today. That was really interesting. And my god, my views on Otobe, let's just say they... Ooh.
そこちょっとどいてもらってもいいですか
Okay, tomorrow, that's just confirmed that tomorrow is going to be very saucy. Oh my god. Right. Oh, that was so good today. Seriously, I enjoyed that so much. I'm actually really liking Yoigoshi. I think this is a brilliant chapter. That was a brilliant backstory that we learned about Otobe. I mean, obviously the events were tragic, but like, God, it was done so well. Yeah, that was really fun today. Yeah, I'm really quite excited to learn everything that's going to happen tomorrow, and yeah, it's just going to be really quite interesting just to see, like, you know, what's actually happened. I find it really quite funny that you know, this sort of thing that Arakawa began, like, you know, just really accusing Mion as much as possible, and Miyuki obviously about you know, the whole secret related things. This conversation could have directed any way possible, but it directed to the shocking truth about the suicide cult. I mean, God, that was really unbelievable though. It genuinely was. It was so well done though. Seriously, it was really fun as well. I mean, yeah, I'm really quite excited for tomorrow because yeah, we're gonna begin learning. I'd assume, about, you know, the truth regarding Tawada. And we're probably going to learn more about her. That's going to be really quite fun. So, yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.